Did you miss us? Alrighty then, chat room. It's your girl, McDuckyPotatoes, back at your live Rivals of Aether Workshop Top 8 at Vortex Gallery. Been a while, and I'm here joined by my beloved co-host.
Yo, what's up, everybody? It's your boy Slime coming at you once more. You thought you could get rid of me? It's been pretty much a whole year since I've dedicated my time to any workshop event, but I cannot just be out here missing out. Vortex Gallery, one of the likely final online workshop majors we will have for quite some time, as people have been shifting their focus onto Rivals 2. But that does not mean that we are here to leave. We are here to stay. We're going to keep staying. We're going to keep creating. We're going to keep playing. And we have some amazing players out here for you today that will bring us some fantastic sets for us to watch. So why don't you tell us who's up first on the batter here, McDucky?
McDucky, that's me. Riding off the waves of that previous set, let's look at the bracket. See where everyone's sitting at. So in the winner side, we got Dakota Sly, we got SilentFuRi and Seggo in the winner side. Losers bracket, where we're gonna start with Ambi and Astra, following Jordan and Spider Boy. How do you feel about Ambi Astra here?
So this is actually very interesting. I know that Astra and Ambi have both been around for quite a while. Astra having primarily played Greninja in the past and going so far to wanting to play that character that they kind of went ahead and learned how to develop workshop characters on their own. And made Luna, which is the character I've been repping for this entire bracket and repping for the past while, which is a very Greninja-like character, very clear inspiration, but having some unique twist. Ambi, of course, long-time stay in the scene, long-time host of various brackets, the Workshop Weekly bracket being a very early on, very staple bracket series, and having run various little major events here and there. And I think this is going to be an absolute banger.
Certified Workshop Classic. Let's start it off. Right, back into setting up this, their setups. They got the bubbles, they got the bird.
Yeah, both of them kind of getting their resource out here. It's interesting seeing Treetop Lodge as the first pick. Not a very traditional one, nor am I entirely sure who this exactly is going to favor. I know that the Ambi can do a lot of very funny little movement shenanigans here to cover pretty much any platform at any time, and can get some really crazy angles with the cannonball. So far, Ambi is building a pretty solid lead as well.
Very much so. Getting the parry, still continuing on with the drive here. Putting Astra on the back foot, surprisingly. Getting the lead, pushing it even further. Almost missing with the grab. Astra needs to find a
pretty solid. Ambi's definitely clearly has a pretty solid grasp on the recovery of Luna's work. As a pretty good dodge on is not getting hit earlier, and finally getting the bury and getting an easy clap first kill.
The last time these two played was back at Riptide, and being familiar with even just grinding games outside of the bracket, online is a whole different game, right? Dealing with the lag, dealing with the late night brackets.
Yeah, especially bracket stamina for online can be completely different beast, but right now the only one who's beasting is Ambi, getting a really solid lead here over Astra, still landing in plenty of mix-ups, still not just not dying until it falls to his eventual demise, I suppose, in a very ungraceful fashion, but that's okay.
It is what it is, they didn't get the kill, Ambi just wanted to go off their own terms. Okay.
Interesting attempt at a nasty call out, but Astra not falling for it whatsoever, leading up to getting a pretty nice set of percent on Ambi on his own, but Ambi is primed here to eventually land a solid kill, trying so hard to go for a tech chase read, but is still currently struggling, is kind of trying to find the one opening to finally land this kill, but instead Astra is laying on a heap of damage.
Oh
my! He is getting it, a snipe of his life. Fantastic setup. He's juggling Astra up, making it really hard for him to tell what angle that was going to come from, and making him be too distracted. Really good work from Ambi.
The greatest thing about load is that ambiguity of the magnet, right? Because it comes out really instantly, and you can't you need to have the proper read. You can't react to that.
Yeah, especially with the many different angles you can end up manipulating, and Ambi being such a incredible. Well, I gotta really call him the sniper from New York, really, because I've seen him. I listen. I've seen him hit some really nasty angles with that cannonball, and I gotta give props if props is due.
Be back at it now.
Holy! That angle catching Astra completely off guard, was not prepared for it, and Ambi managed to clutch out a really nice early KO to get the first game of the set.
You know, that was the only thing that when I was at Riptide, I asked Ambi, how do I DI down strong? And they were just like, you don't. You just flip a coin. What else do you want?
Just roll the stick 360 degrees and like it'll work eventually.
That's a true 50-50 at that point. Like
Yeah, I mean if you're 50-50ing yourself, then you're honestly like you might as well be 25 in your opponent, because if you don't know what you're doing, how the hell are they supposed to know what you're doing?
you
That's all I'm
know,
saying.
I really hope Astra knows what they're doing. Going into Merchant Port here for the next counter pick here. How do you feel about this stage? I don't know if platforms will truly help them, especially since load can slip off like more now, right? Carry their momentum everywhere.
Well, the one thing I can definitely say is that I do think that some bits of the way and generally the angles that Luna seems to carry their combos, I do think can actually lend itself fairly well to these platforms, and also getting a lot of open space to kind of try and get both the recoveries and the edge guards. I think just getting a little bit of a mix-up can be very nice, whereas like loads, general movement, I think can be very independent of the stage they're on, and I do think that the generally just movement speed you're going to see from the plat drops that are available are just going to favor Luna here in my just like quick glance. I think that this can actually be very, very solid for Luna.
I do agree, just because there's more control rather than like having to depend on like the frame perfectness of the magnet. Because if you're in wrong angle, then you're not gonna slip off. You're gonna go up maybe, and then you're gonna screw yourself over.
Oh, very
Um,
unfortunate Alpha strike coming out from Astra. We had some very unfortunate little drops straight down to hell from both of these players so far. Gotta see them preserving their life a little bit better if they want to make sure that they're the ones who clutch out to this set.
you know, it's just paying back the favor, right? There's no shame in that.
Fair, fair. All right. Well, so far, we're actually seeing a little bit of a struggle for Astra to really like get an opening in. Ambi definitely feeling the fact that he has the stock lead and playing it very well, making sure to lay on the pressure when necessary. And when he sees these little openings where Astra clearly is nervous, he's just laying a smackdown. And honestly, I could see Ambi finding the setup here to potentially land out the next stock if he just plays his cards a little bit right. Oh,
Oof.
unfortunately, though.
Astra finally
Just
stopping the
lose.
bleeding, but will he actually do?
We're seeing the down strong angle yet again claim yet another life, and now the NBA with a very solid 2-1 stock lead here for game 2.
A big lead for Ambi. He's being a turtle, you have that shell just to
Ducky,
rely on.
Ducky, Ducky. I regret to inform you, but the stream doesn't see the game right now.
Oh
They have not seen the game this entire time.
Oh
You
my
have,
gosh.
you have fumbled.
I am so sorry about that, Jeff.
I apologize for our lovely streamers mishap on this fine day. I hope you appreciate the attempted play-by-play that I pulled off. But now we will be seeing Ambi with a very solid lead here over Astra on this last stock to one stock.
You know, it's not like we're the local, we could have brought the camera.
Yeah. Alright, and right now we're actually seeing a very dangerous situation. Oh, Ambi, we're seeing a little dance. There's playing a bit patient, okay. Probably a little bit of a lag spike is usually what happens when people stand still. This just happens. Oh, nice little attempt at a conversion, but goes for the commit. Does not get it. Ambi is trying to get this chase down. Oh my god, gets the cannonball. Alright, chat. So I'm going to give this one up to chat here right now after that game ended. I know we just saw the results of that game, but I'm going to ask chat real quick. I'm going to give you all a quick chance to ask. Do you maybe perhaps want to see that whole game from the beginning with like, just do that a quick retake? I'm more than fine with it. I think that Ducky has absolved the right to a decision on this. So I'm gonna leave it to chat. Do you want to see that game from the beginning and actually see the full game this time? I'll give you all a quick minute to give your opinion on that.
That is my
We
B
have
chat.
we have the Dakota suggestion of doing it at 1.5 speed. I mean, honestly, speed casting a 1.5 speed game could be really funny, and I could give my hand at that. As that honestly, at that point, I think Ducky's given up the right to even cast that game due to this mishap. So honestly, I'm down for a 1.5 speed. I'm gonna sit here and speed cast the whole game.
You're gonna do it the whole
Is
game.
that okay with that? I'm down to speed cast the entirety of that game at 1.5 speed if you just make sure it's set up properly. I will
Yeah.
take a quick stew of water to prepare my throat, and then we can go for a wild ride, chat.
Are you gonna do it at like a high pitch too, like it's Nightcore?
Oh, I am so ready. All right.
All right, chat.
I'm locked in, chat. Let's get into here for game number 2. We get the redo 1.5 speed. Astral Flash versus Ambi. Luna versus Load. Let's get right into it. So at the very beginning here, we're going to be seeing quite a little Slobberknocker. We're going to see them just moving around. Astra actually getting some really solid openings at the very start, getting some decent little percent, but Ambi will quickly start racking up a lot of damage back, getting the one opening and doing what he's really good at, which is moving around with Load, and he's finding and being very elusive. That's like kind of the biggest thing that I say Ambi's like great strength is just being extremely elusive. Like, getting actual combos on him is really difficult, because his character, his weight is extremely good. It actually is kind of letting him get out, I have found. It's actually a lot harder to combo the character than you can think, and then his movement is insane. So, you even getting your opening is going to be hard, getting your follow-ups is going to be difficult, and his retaliation skills, and like finding his openings against you, has been extremely strong, and he's gotten even better at it as the years have gone. So we see the first stock unfortunately being lost from Astra because of a downer SD, which he cannot just recover from, and then Andy just starts playing very safe and realizing that he has the complete control, playing a lot of pressure, and he's finding the small little openings and not really overextending anything. And it works out extremely well for him as he builds up an extremely solid lead. Astra is doing his absolute best to try and find any opening he can to just lay on this damage, hopefully land this kill, and trying to make sure that this lead goes a bit less so and gets the good setup against the DI, but unfortunately has absolutely horrendous DI on the downstrong yet again, just like in game 1, but that's extremely hard to DI, so that is not something I can really fault him for. I think I would die the exact same way. Alright, now we're seeing a lot of scramble situations. Envy still in a giant lead, can play his game completely as he wants to, absolutely unobstructed. He plays elusively, but here Astra gets a really solid conversion, is starting to build up a good lead, finding his hits, finding his combos, getting a perfect platform read. Does not really land the kill just yet, but it has a really good foundation here, and can start looking to get the kill. No air dodge means that he gets a lot of hits for free here, actually perfectly capturing, getting so much damage. This looks like a little bit of a lag spike probably happened, so take a small bit of pause, and be finding an immediate neutral opening right after, and Astra is struggling to land that final confirm, and is so close to landing it, but here Ambi is going to get the little setup here into that cannonball, and it is over. I need some more water.
My bad, chat.
Thank you, Dakota. Thank
I
you.
really did not think you were that kind of person. You were that guy.
I'm him.
You are.
What can I say? Alright, so anyway, with that game out of the way, we now have a 2-0 lead up for Ambi, and we will actually be going straight back to Merchant Port for our final game of this set.
So, like, what's the mindset here? Was it just the wrong skin?
So I actually want to point something out to you, which is that you've actually been playing these replays in reverse order, but we don't need to talk about that right now. So this is the actual game 1 of the set.
Are you serious? Oh my god.
Yes, which is because Treetop is not just a counterpick stage. So this is actually the first game on Merchant Port. We are seeing very interesting DI coming out here, actually working out in Astra's favor quite well. But so far, Ambi...
The subtle, like, flashback or, like, foreshadowing meme by accident, like...
Yeah, kinda. Either way, let's get on with commentating the set. The set is actually on stream with Slime Ducky not messing up the showing. We're actually having a very even percent lead right now on both of them. I'm actually curious who will end up taking the first stock here.
This sets out the entire tone if you could present, and another
All right,
SD.
so far we have seen one SD per player. So far we've seen it go Ambi, Astra, Ambi. They've been playing each other back and forth. Astra going for the very Cyclo confirmed it is sometimes possible in certain DI, which is just doing all that into the up special. Can kill some characters extremely early. Not sure if it would have killed Load, but it would have looked pretty sick regardless.
I see. I'm so confused that this is not the game 3 doing these risky stuff so early in the game. Like, I feel like you have to hide those in your pocket, for the later sets so that they don't know that you can.
That's a fair point. At the same time, I can definitely see the perspective of wanting to pull up your sickest stuff first when they're less ready for it. For example, if you're like someone who maybe wants to land a clip, it might be easier to kind of get it out of the way. And also, it can be very intimidating. If you can show that you have your little tricks in your punish game and then try and layer things afterwards, a lot of people can actually just crack under the pressure of that. But Ambi has so far shown that he has not been cracking. If anything, he has just been evolving even more as the set has been going on.
I mean, let's just say, like, it's a turtle. How are you gonna get through that shell, right?
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, as the old folktale goes, who's faster, the turtle or the rabbit? And quite frankly, so far it's looking like this frog is actually giving the turtle a bit of run for the money, being a little bit of an in-between between the rabbit, between the hare and the turtle, but we'll see just how much that middling speed will end up working out against this really zoomy turtle of Ambi's.
Right, getting the pokes here, finally getting something, equaling it out. Not giving Ambi the space. That one hit E up here is crazy. Down strong now showing its mark.
Some really good place here with Magnet and trying to space things. Oh my goodness, getting off stage is actually really close. This game, and honestly, I feel like Astra had a opportunity to potentially end it. Okay, this is gonna be a really tricky situation. No cannonball Magnet back for Ambi. Oh my god, they keep being so close to each other and being able to land a potential final match, final stock to end out of this set.
Getting back on stage.
Ambi not taking any risk. Still not risking anything. Oh, gets the grab, gets the first.
Pressure's getting both of them.
Gets the up air, trying to get some of the cannonball set up. His mount back on cooldown. Not getting any magnets yet. Just trying to play safe, trying to kind of get center stage control. At least trying to make sure he kind of slips into it with the magnet anytime he can. Oh my god, this is such a scramble, chat. Who is going to be the one to finally land his last hit? And it's gonna be the cannonball magnet back from Ambi once more. Getting at least one snipe a game, I gotta be honest. His snipe game has actually been pretty on point. His coverage with the cannonball has been very nasty in multiple situations, and I gotta give it up for that 3-0 for Ambi over Astra. Very well played.
I'm like still lost for words and how fast you can pass. You know we're playing it on 1 time speed now, right?
I suppose that's fair.
Maybe I'm
That's a
doubting
fair
you.
point.
Maybe
I
I'm
mean,
just like, maybe I can just stream it all in like 3 times even. I just want to test you at this point. But what surprises me in that set is that Astra pulled out all the risky plays at the very start. Now that I like know the order, my bad,
bet you
chat.
did backwards. Yeah,
Yeah.
so generally speaking, I'm gonna go and tell that as well now for just so that you're aware. Generally speaking, you can always tell by the timestamp on the date. There's always a timestamp, and you can always see which one is the earliest of them. They'll easily tell you what the first game set is, and then you go from there.
Oh, thank you. I love you for that. Okay, you know what, chat? It was really my bad. Like, I could have been the better person to look at it.
It happens. We saved it. I showed off my incredible skills as a speedcaster. If you couldn't tell, I may or may not have solo casted my good handful of sets back in the day. I've solo casted many tournaments back in the early days of Rivals of Aether. I have that shit on lock, no worries at all.
Right? You know what else we have unlocked? We got Jordan and Spider Boy.
This is a tale as old as time. We have seen these players play against each other plenty of times before. They are absolute mainstays of brackets. J Millions have come hot off a very strong performance at Riptide, especially not too many months ago, just about a month and a half ago. Spider Boy also actually having a pretty solid performance at that local, if I don't misremember, which also was one of his first larger offline events.
Yeah, first major. I know Spider wanted to do more, and this is his time to show it, right? Like, it's the next big event. You really, like, if you really want to do good, making it the top 8 now, out of, like, the biggest workshop bracket that we've ever had, it's the time.
Yep, and he's definitely been practicing a lot for it. I know he's been doing a lot of work, not just deving, but also making sure to get his practice in, playing against a lot of different people, and making sure he can be the best he can possibly be for his bracket. So let's see how he ends up stacking up against a Riptide winner and long-time top player, J Millions.
Keeping it strong now with Slakia here, instead of the Dakota pick that he usually starts off with. Like a zoner v zoner kind of archetype here. I don't know if that would be the proper rundown here. And Spider getting that SD, failing to recover on stage.
Yeah, I mean, as really as I don't know too much about how the matchup would play out with Kodal versus Notori, I can definitely kind of see the angle of going something like Sakia against Notori, because having the access to the knives, as we've already been seeing Jordan kind of do, he can play at a range that lets him play very outside of Notori's range, because as well as, like, even though Notori is a bit of a zoner, she still has a very determined range she can play at, and clearly Sakia's general threat range kind of just lets him play very safe, kind of avoid a lot of it, and just not let Spider get hit in the first place. And that's very much how it's playing out.
Yeah, like the small projectiles reaching full, like almost full screen is very scary, and just like Notori having to set up more and taking like the startup really mattered with these projectiles. You can't just go bar for bar against Sakuya.
Oh my god, the reversal hit off stage there from Spider is actually coming in really good, very smart. Yeah, clearly having played Jordan a good bit, knowing he has that kind of off stage hit attacking habit to just catch the reversal. Very, very smart.
That's the very scary thing about Jordan, knowing that Sakuya has the speed, like momentum to go off stage that far. He has no fear. He can just throw out knives to cover himself. But that's the matchup knowledge. That's what you need to know. When the game comes, like, you need to start knowing what you have.
Alright, now we're seeing a bit of a stalemate here. We're just kind of seeing them trying to find their footing. Jordan playing very, very comfortably from behind, like, just from behind the lines, not really having to commit, has a very solid lead. But the thing is that if Spider does land a solid opening, he can convert to really nasty, and honestly, I could even see it converting to a kill when it comes to Sakia's weight. Just get a couple uppers, and it might be a done deal, but can he get back here from this killer situation? Gets the good disable on the watch, but ends up eating that warrior to lose the next stock.
I'm seeing the change in like Spider's plans here. We're realizing that like, hey, I can actually do much of the zoning here and just slowly itching Jordan to the corner. Where then like Spider can do the pillar, the down air, all these like big projectiles that now you are safe to do. Nice try with the pillar there. Great grab from Spider.
Yeah, we're already seeing Spider kind of evening things up, and all Spider really needs now is one solid hit, and this could even out this game, even when he was honestly playing from very far behind for a lot of the set so far. Ends up getting that narrative here, not quite killing just yet, but being able to potentially get a good edge situation, except that teleport was not covered. Trying to go for the double up air, not quite getting it. For tilt setup, he's ready to disable the watch, but it's definitely looking like actually a very tricky time dealing with the double recovery, twofold recovery layers that Sakia can have.
Yeah, because like I feel like the timings can't be that much different. It's either Jordan gets up stage or just teleports, and then like you have to catch up to them.
Yeah.
Very
I think
hard.
the main struggle is just that it looks like it's kind of hard for Dakota to kind of cover both, especially due to her just own general speed not being the fastest.
Yeah, for sure. Spider needing to commit to it is gonna lose you a lot of time, and then just give Jordan back the space that they worked so hard for. Just like that. Back on stage, and now they're back full stream. Just whiffing
Spider
attacks.
is doing his best. Yeah, Spider's doing his best. He's trying to find out a one hit to try and end this stock, to try and play the next one from zero. Gets the down air. And now this admittedly is going to be a comfier percent for Spider to play at, because when it's at zero, it's going to be easier for him to get conversions, try and actually get some setups. Because I do know that Spider's punish game, especially low percent, can be absolutely brutal.
Pretty much agreed here, but he just needs to find out one hit. Losing his double jump, not being able to put pillar late.
Okay, gets that pillar back though now, gets that one there. Okay, gets a little bit of a thing going, tries to go for that down strong to build some damage, but ends up whiffing, unfortunately. Nice missile to try and just get Jordan off of his back for a little bit, trying to kill some of these knives, but not really being quite enough. That water pillar is almost about to go. Ends up in a really rough situation to recover and just gets caught by that down strong, and that is game 1 for Game Williams.
It all came down to that one parry from that pillar, just like missing that one parry and just getting zoned out so hard. Nice attempt from Spider Boy. Jordan finally getting game 1. Heading into
Yeah,
Tower Heaven. Ether High.
Tower Heaven. Tower Heaven pick. Honestly, I can kind of see this counter pick. I can kind of see it because generally having the triplat access, I can actually see being very nice for Spider's punish game. The way where it kind of like carries people around in general, it's a little bit smaller as well, and it can give a little bit more of a recovery mix sometimes too. But also, I think the coverage as well with some of the projectiles can be even more potent here because you're not necessarily safe on the side platforms from things like the cucumber.
Yeah, not only the cucumber, but also the pillar, because, you know, I know that Jordan likes to do like those fancy slide offs from platforms for recovery, and then the Tori can just stop that by using pillar, and then rising you up, being like, hey, I don't want you to land yet.
Absolutely, for sure. And we're already seeing things going significantly better for Spider here in this opening. Oh my god, their coverage was actually almost fantastic. You know, Jordan Main a little bit too fast for getting hit by it.
Back to neutral now again. Just moving around. Yeah, the triplat top platform helping both players out, just sliding, wave landing everywhere. But one needs to commit, and Spider takes the initiative.
Oh, really smart water pillar to downer setup there, getting Spider at first stock and letting him have a really good foundation here. Because now Spider's the one in the lead, and I will say that I think that now that Sake has to kind of play on the back foot, this is going to be a lot nicer for Spider, because now he gets to control the tempo, and I think that when Sake has to play at the opponent's tempo is when it's going to be a little rougher, especially in this type of matchup, because now you kind of have to get in, and that's when Notori finally gets to play at the range they want to play at.
Exactly, and from the previous sets that we watched, like, Jordan likes to play safe. He's not comfortable having to do the catch up here, especially against the Tori. Like, higher percentages for heavy, like, kind of lose some confirms at that point.
Very much so, and right now we're already seeing, we're seeing a really nice little conversion there with the teleport stun into the forward strong, letting Jordan at least catch up on stocks, but percent-wise, Spider still has a really big lead, and this is already a very dangerous percent for Jordan to be at in this matchup.
Now the projectile's not seeming to work against for Jordan now, just like having to inch each percentage, you cause more mistakes just like that. Wrong DI. Jordan thinking on the platform there, what do you have to do to catch up?
Yeah, it's having a bit of a game plan. He's kind of feeling things out, trying to at least make sure he gets that information dump into his brain right now to try and prepare, not just for the rest of this game, but also making sure he has the information in his mind for the rest of the set. And so far, he's actually doing a really good job of pressuring Spider and forcing him back off stage, which is very much where he kind of just wants to make sure, he wants to make sure he can play a bit back, get Spider off stage, just keep harassing him like he did at the end of the last game. Because Notorious' options of dealing with, the diagonal knives from above seems fairly limited.
Ooh, nice drop from the water pillar just to avoid Jordan's fair there. I think they have another pillar on deck. Nice grab, getting back on stage. Amazing recovery from Spider.
Yeah,
Nice.
and so far Jordan is still kind of struggling to land that final hit, and now with that, okay, but fairly nice DI catch. Jordan does end up landing the next stock, and does definitely have a potential here to be able to bring this back. But he just needs to play this very carefully. Okay, gets a really good opening. Perfect reads just on where spiders want to go. That parry was absolutely insane. Sets up the pocket watch. Oh my god, that upper is really good at disabling that from that position. Still pressuring really hard off stage. He's trying his best to read the timing of when spider's going to come back up on the ledge. Playing things a bit safe. Gets hit by that downer, and that's still not going to be enough to land this kill.
Once again, living from the downer. A 155 using the wall jump.
Oh no! I think he might have wall jumped early and it's accidentally instead of doing his double jump, so he could not get the next jump out. Yep, exactly. Got the wall jump instead of the double jump down there, and unfortunately, because of that, could not properly get back to stage. So Spider does end up taking that game, but that was nothing to slouch at. J Millions started building one hell of a set of momentum towards the end of that game.
The funny thing about Sakya and compared to other main Total is that Total likes to build up damage quickly, while Sakya you have to work out. You have to work at it. You have to chip down the wood before the tree falls down, right? And for them to almost make it that close was an amazing feat from Jordan. So I really want to see if they can keep that momentum going now, game 3.
Yeah, and so far we're already seeing like he's kind of back to his usual, but I do think he is going a little bit more in right now, trying to make Spider a bit uncomfortable. I do think he's kind of finding that, okay, I need to make sure I establish the tempo again, like when I let Spider control the tempo, that game just happened. He started finding that kind of footing. Amazing interrupts on that side special with his knives, actually.
That's something you usually see here in Rivals of Workshop.
They really don't, but so far, very even game going on right now, and oh, managing to disable that watch right before it would have hit him.
Ooh, not realizing that they ran out of the pillar there. Jordan finally finding their footing and getting the lead for this match. Starting off
and
with
actually this time we're actually seeing a bit of a different approach to his gameplay as well, because while we saw in the first game where he established a lead, he started playing a bit more passively. He's actually letting himself to playing a lot more in your face, a lot more aggressively. It might be a bit of the stage kind of lending itself to him kind of having to play a bit like that, but also he's just, I think changing up the tempo here is the strongest thing he can do. Because if Spider has gotten used to him playing a bit more passively, like he did in the first 2 games, then Jordan just going, alright, I'm just going to be in your face this time, then Spider's not necessarily ready for that. He's been adapting to the slower playstyle.
I think Jordan's realizing that sitting full screen, that means that like his speed and his quicker projectiles are going to reach like, it's basically balancing out how much Notori can do. And now he's like sitting more mid-stage, controlling more, not sitting back too far, and just generally just playing out of Notori's range now, like making sure that Spider actually commits to something rather than just letting him set up. Nice parry. Jordan with a dominating lead here.
Okay. We're once again seeing the attempt at bullying with the diagonal down air knives, but Spider actually getting the parry this time, getting to try and at least make another solid attempt coming back. Gets that reversal forward there, gets to come back for sure. Ooh, that teleport was a bit rough, but still manages to not die just yet. He has such high percent, and if he can kill here, the backer finally, and that's the kill for Spider Boy, but this percent lead that Jordan has could lead to an absolute even bigger snowball effect.
Yeah, just like one more strong aerial there, and Jordan's stock is basically gone. Just like that. Now last stock, Spider needs to find something here. Very important to stop the bleeding. Can't let Jordan run with this momentum right now. Like, you can't let them adapt to you. You need to show why you're here, right?
Yeah, exactly. And Spider Boy definitely has shown that he has the punish game to kind of catch up from the situation, but it is looking a bit rough. But finally managed to start it. Actually makes it so that he delays the 4% a little bit to not get caught by that parry. Has built an insane amount of percent right now, and is still maintaining the pressure. His advantage state has not stopped yet. That downer was insane. He has to recover, and he's actually straight up brought J Millions from low percent all the way to a kill. Spider Boy actually just played that stock near perfectly. That was insane.
Just as you were saying, Spider's punish game on point. This is not someone you can mess around with. Doesn't matter what your lead is. If you give Spider the chance, he will take it.
It's as they say, give him an inch, take a mile, and Spider Boy's punish game has shown us the definition of that. If you look it up in a textbook, you're gonna see this Notori just staring at you from the void. And now we're seeing it. Yeah, we're gonna see a bit of an opposite situation. We're gonna see that the pocket watch stun not quite bringing him high enough, but not having access to the water pillar. Manages to still sneak right back on, gets another chance at using the water pillar to recover. Perfect up air to let himself get back on stage and establish a little bit of stage presence again.
Back now on stage, 55%. We've seen how damaging Spider can be. Jordan getting a little bit scared here, just doing the knives, making sure that he gets a percentage lead. Spider starting up something big.
I really appreciate some of the ideas he's been having with trying to use the water pillar to get down strong to get specific angles. And I do hope we can see it actually pay off a little bit better than it has so far, because I do am liking ideas. And unfortunately, getting caught out in the, very clearly trying to kind of drift out of a range, unfortunately ending up having poor DI because of the very clear, just trying to do his best. But that game ends up still going in J Million's favor. But very strong showing for Spider Boy. And honestly, if I was J Millions right now, I would be shaking a little bit going into this next game because of just that absolutely ridiculous second stock that Spider Boy took.
The fact that you were bleeding for so long and managed to recover in the same hour was the crazy factor that Spider had there.
Oh, absolutely, but now we're already seeing actually a decent bit of percent from both. Not seeing anything major, but Spider now getting reads on reads, getting perfectly set up, getting another back air to hit, disabling the pocket watch, still maintaining this advantage state, setting up the water pillar there. This is gonna potentially be huge. Oh, that down strong not being quite enough to kill, but still having such a giant percent lead. Trying to be a little tricky with the cucumber, and this could lead to a stock very soon.
That was such a scary height, just to eat that down strong.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Jordan having to recover now, losing that double jump.
And it's honestly not even, it's a very tricky situation. Not even sure if there was a whole lot he could do to get back from this. I think he just kind of decided to mulligan that and go again.
Yeah, you can't let your losses take it the advantage, right? You just gotta keep going, take your losses, and keep moving forward, no matter how hard you get hit. Nice stopwatch and the forward strong, finally hitting that last setup.
Catching that double jump as well does let him end up coming back on the water pillar, but does not actually end up going high enough. Was a little too hasty in that recovery.
It's scary, you're at 100, getting forward strong here. Just out your pillars, just gonna be it.
For sure, for sure. And now we're seeing Spider Boy be a bit of a percent lead again. If you can kind of start just cranking out this neutral. They're playing a lot, very, very safe each of them. He's establishing a stage half that they're trying to approach from and just trying to make it so that they're the ones who make the second move. Because so far, whoever's making the first move might not necessarily always be the one coming out on top.
You know, it just feels like they're two best friends, just sharing each other's stage. Just taking each other's half and just alright, you have that, I'm gonna approach one time.
And Spider-Boy getting an insane parry, just for huge value, getting that F strong off and getting it in really nice percent lead now. This is where he can once again just kind of play back, play things a bit safer, try and play at their own tempo, and we'll see how long he gets to play at his own tempo for, because Jordan has already shown that he is more than willing to tussle in it.
Hey, Jordan needs to do something here. Racking up percentage, scary situation. The sliding up just...
He's trying to set up his wrist position, but gets himself very dangerously off stage. Managed to actually get a bit of a trick. You could even say that honestly that was probably unintentional, but a pretty strong bait, honestly, to just kind of get that teleport stun, which I honestly think that he could probably afford to try and be a little bit more aggressive with sometimes as well, to just force himself into Spider's space and potentially land some really nasty kills.
It's what you have to do. You have like such a percent lead to get up to, and Socket, you just have to work hard for it. You can't sit down, you can't sit back full screen. You have to go for those risky plays. But Spider, that's where he wants to be. Oh, that's so deep.
Oh my god. Yeah, nice little catch there. I am actually quite impressed that he decided he was going to go for it. Probably realizing that Spider was likely to go for the full charge onto the missile like he did. Which he was mostly using to help him recover, since it does bounce him back just a little smidge of a bit. Jordan attempting to use that water pillar to kind of help us recover a little bit, but Spider does catch him out and does take this game. Very close game though, and I'm actually very excited for this game 5 to see just who is going to end up controlling tempo, because that's been the name of the game so far, is tempo. This is a clear showcase of two people who want to play at different tempos, or who want to be the one in control of tempo. And whoever has control of tempo in that moment, that's the person who's been winning so far, pretty much. So we'll see just who can keep doing it.
You know, like getting that final beat, right? Who gets the last laugh at this point? And Jordan starting off strong here, 51%. You know, maybe his blood is boiling now. Game 5 is like, I really don't know how I got here, but I'm gonna stop it now. Requires
gonna
done.
Stop this little gremlin child from advancing any further, getting a huge percent lead. Trying to catch some defensive options. Has some great potential here to try and take this first stock. Get some offstage yet again. Oh, Gretz, a perfect catch, knowing how eager Spider is to try and disable that pocket watch. Gets that F strong to cover the get up before there. And now Jordan can have tempo control for as much as he wants. He can plat drop really well here, and Tori's plat drops are okay, but I would say that Sakuya's plat drop aerials might be a little bit more potent here.
Yeah, quicker aerials, more strong. Like the bears, it's very scary to match. But you know, you're playing at Jordan's pace. Now you gotta do something. No time to relax. Right off stage. Spider needs to get off there more and try to catch Jordan. I feel like Jordan's like starting to put on sunglasses, putting on suntan, just chilling. Racking up the percent.
Make sure not to get too burnt here on Blazing Hideout, but this Kappa is kind of struggling a little bit too much with this heat. Packing way too much of it. Oh my god, getting caught by that back air. Now J Millions gets to play it exactly as fast or slow as he wants to. He can even play it a little bit risky here. Try and make Spider as uncomfortable as possible. Gets a bunch of different knife hits in, and Spider is kind of scrambling a lot right now. Definitely seems a little bit nervous. Gets a perfect recovery back. Just letting himself play as safe as he wants, as much as he wants.
Yeah, the air is getting thick here for Spider, like running out of air here to swim at. Still not having found a stock.
Yeah, not being able to quite land the stronger hits of that up air to seal anything out, and Jordan is still just kind of running away with this game so far. Gets the jab to up tilt, still chasing after. But side special whiffing. Jordan not really committing off stage still. He's trying to make sure that he keeps at a good range that down strong. Could we potentially see a free stock coming out from J Millions here?
This is not how I want to go. Please do not let it be a 3-stock. Spider, you have to find an answer here now.
Oh, that attempted up strong. He tried sending it for the greater good, but ends up whiffing it. Spider at least taking that stock, trying to see if he can establish at least a little bit of tempo here, because it's not over until it's over. Gets hit by the stun. Gets forward air. Ends up in a precarious situation. Does not have access to the water pillar anymore, and that is the end of Spider's journey of Vortex Gallery. A very strong showing, but Jordan ended up simply having Probably more information and just figuring out the tempo on this counter pick a little bit
That
faster. But still, fantastic showing by Spider.
I can't believe the change of tempo between the two players there. Just Jordan was just like, had enough. Like, just full throttle. I'm done playing with this kid.
He simply showed that the adult has the faster running speed than the child and kind of outran him.
Gremlin can't run forever, you know. The adult knows their way around this. But,
It's
you
hard to
know,
run that fast with that heavy backpack, where the Saka can, like, fly and stuff, teleport. It's kind of an unfair race if you really want to think about it, but either way. Next up, we will be moving into winner's side. And who do we have today for our first winner's
let's
side
look at
set?
winner side actually. We are gonna be looking at SilentFuRi and Seggo.
Okay, yeah, so the interesting thing here actually is that SilentFuRi entering the winner's side with a pretty solid upset over J Millions that we saw earlier, which I do think was a bit of a surprise to many. I was definitely not, like, too expecting that, because I know that J Millions is very strong, and they also both attended Riptide, and I know that SilentFuRi did have a pretty strong showing, I believe, at Riptide as well. Whereas
See,
J Millions had just
the
a little
showing
charm.
was widely overestimated because they
Okay,
get
I
DQ'd
might have
last
misremembered
minute.
that. Oh, I forgot about that. Right, SilentFuRi was the one who had the emergency come up, but they were seeded to do very well, and I'm sure that because of the fact that they missed out on that, they have a lot to show here. They have a lot they need to prove. That if I had been there,
Like things
I
would have
would
been
whoop all
different.
your asses. Yeah, things would have been different. So that's what SilentFuRi is here to prove. So let's go ahead and hop right into SilentFuRi versus Seggo Ahmet and see just what we have here on his first Jules Vale game.
You know, a little bit,
All right,
little
we'll be,
wild.
as for characters, we'll be seeing Diora from SilentFuRi as expected, and we actually are seeing a second Luna player. We're going to be seeing Ahmet playing Astral Flash's character Luna, definitely being someone who is very keen on playing characters that are kind of, a bit more like Smash character-esque, has a long history of playing characters like Germa, for example, is a big staple of Sega, is one of his greatest tournament win characters.
Retiring and
And
for Nacy, greatest feat. I don't know if that could be outdone in Workshop.
yeah, and so far we're actually seeing SilentFuRi putting on the hurt on Seggo, absolutely landing devastating hit upon devastating hit and having an incredible lead to open up this game one.
You know, it's scary, right? Because it's such a massive showing. Like, if Fury does win this, like, having to beat down a lot of the top players in Workshop for their first major could have happened at Riptide.
Exactly, and now we're finally getting to see what SilentFuRi does have to bring to the table against all these giants that they've missed out on, and so far, putting up an incredible showing, going toe-to-toe with multiple of them, and right now, actually, playing pretty even Seggo. Seggo is actually starting to show exactly what he's so incredible at, which is building up that momentum, having insane punishes, and just being able to punish any potential missteps you might have in your own defense, and he's doing so perfectly.
The scariest part about Seggo is that when they start like getting that momentum and like feeling themselves, it's kind of hard to stop. One of the
He starts
hardest
running a train on
most.
you. Like, he starts running a train on you. That's what he is absolutely best at. So no holds barred, he will find every opening imaginable, and off of those openings, he will just find more and more openings.
It's
Trying
weird
to
because
escape his pressure is difficult.
reaching the avatar state there. Right?
Seggo putting him a lot of pressure. Just I think he's kind of realized what SilentFuRi really is looking for, and he's kind of trying not to give it to him, which obviously is the grab, playing a bit, basically playing a bit of an anti-grappler type of game here, where he's playing decently safe, mostly poking, finding his range, and doing a really good job of just not falling from a blender anymore after that first stock.
Yeah, Fury is struggling a little bit to keep up with the pace, like having to catch up with the space that Seggo is giving, and finding the mark there finally. Equal stocks. But that shuriken is gonna be everything that Seggo needs to keep him away.
Yeah, fantastic juggles coming out for Seggo as well. He's kind of catching and landing, having an insane percent lead. Not really letting SilentFuRi land too much, but finally gets back on the ground, getting a huge amount of percent, getting grab after grab after grab after grab, gets the down strong off as well, and now this other grab is going to do a lot of damage, but not gonna get, oh my god, get the kill because of the tech. Still though, now incredible percent lead, still has the mark on, unless Seggo gets, okay, this doesn't come off, but even then, insanely possible kill percent from Dior off of overhits as well. That edgeguard bow situation is gonna lead SilentFuRi right into the upstrong, and Seggo taking game one incredibly close, and SilentFuRi's punish game cannot be scoffed at, especially after what we saw there at the towards the end of that last stock in the first game.
These players are so good at just catching up. I don't understand, like, they do not want to give up tempo at all.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I think that's kind of what I almost call a bit of a hallmark of like the workshop approach, is that the way a lot of players kind of do with their characters, they figure out a lot of ways that they can, when they get to play their game, it's my turn, right? Like we're very familiar with the concept of like whose turn it is, and I think Workshop especially has a big emphasis on it being your turn. A lot of characters have the tools to, when they get the advantage, they can keep up the advantage and not let the disadvantage be too potent from the enemy. And I think we both have excellent players here for showcasing that aspect of the game.
Yeah, and especially Fury, because they've been like a dedicated Diora player for like months now, like #1 for sure, and it's a specialist, and that's rarely something that we would like see in Workshop. Like, I know there's like a lot of new characters all the time, but like the top of the top will just dedicate themselves to one good character and show them why they like that character, what they can do, and it's beautiful.
Yeah, it is nice, and honestly, like, even though Spirit of Workshop very much is like, you know, there's so many characters, but finding the rare people who really do want to dedicate themselves to one character, it's special, right? It becomes more special because of the sheer amount of characters that are available in the Workshop, and it's always a treat to see what people can come up with when they have all of that playtime to cook. And so far, is definitely cooking. Getting that first stock yet again, and now we're seeing Seggo kind of catching up a little bit, but will it be enough until SilentFuRi kind of gets another solid hit off to start building up more percent, gets that side special grab, gets a nice little conversion, just no jump on Seggo right now, so gets a lot of more damage here for free, does not have a mark yet, does not need it, gets more of a combos. Oh my god, if that upstrong had landed, it could have been absolutely insane. Gets the last hit of that upper still to catch that air dodge, and Seggo at least getting that percent catch up, but now is marked, gets rid of it, but this is just, could be absolutely dangerous percent range here for Seggo.
Every time Fury gets a grab, I feel like I'm the one being grabbed. Like, I'm losing my breath. I'm like, where am I going? Alright, getting the parry. Seggo wanting to stop this lead, building up their own damage. Interrupting the forward special. Fury getting the stock there. Seggo back on the pedal. Not letting Fury get like their space back here.
Yeah, not gonna do that. Now one opening comes up, and we're already seeing a good bit of little percent come out, and honestly, Seggo is doing a pretty solid job already of adapting to the general kind of combo flow off of Dior, and managed to get out fairly early from some of the strings, which is impressive to see that adaptation this early on, not knowing necessarily how much he has played against this character.
Dior is not a common character, especially on like top like level, and Seggo's not the one to run in brackets, right? Mostly an in-person player.
Oh my god, getting that up strongest charge, kind of seeing that he's in a bit of a position to just probably likely fall down here. And honestly, what I really appreciated about that last stock sequence, especially, was just getting a little bit of a use of the dual sway platform to keep that chase going, because generally speaking, like that down, I think it's a down special. That's a dive kick grab, right?
Yeah.
That is gonna end up working like even better when that platform was there, because I felt like just predicting that he probably wanted to kind of go in that general direction. I felt was a bit easier when you know that they want to probably escape to the platform instead of the ground, because the ground is further away, and it worked out very well in Fury's favor.
Heading out to Crystal Oasis here for game 3. See, now the lack of platforms here, it's a good pick for Seggo here, because now that down special isn't gonna work out just quite as well. Forward special, if like they go on the top platform, they can cover it with mostly just like an up strong. I like the idea.
Yeah, one of the other nice benefits of going a stage like this, I will say, in this Aether matchup, even if we haven't really seen it yet, Aether does have that one throw that can be very devastating on stages with higher platforms if they catch you unsuspecting and can kill you. It's things like ranges of like 80 if you're marked up top platform. So having this not the highest ceiling in the world, but just being able to move better around the Deora, I think, as well, with just having the side platforms can turn out to be pretty nice in Seggo's favor, like we're seeing now.
You're having to play catch up and getting hit with the down strong. Okay, Shuriken is gone here.
We're still seeing a good bit of punish come out from Fury, not getting that final little hit that could potentially have taken out the stock, and now Seggo is just running away a little bit with this neutral, letting kind of dash attack on dash attack, and not letting Fury really breathe at all.
That's one of the hardest things about the Deora, is that a lot of the...
Oh my god, what an incredible combo into the nice air dodge read, just kind of realizing that Fury really likes trying to escape by air dodging there, getting that up strong, making it just a 2-1 on stock lead with no extra credit. This is absolutely doable for Fury to just build up that percent and get those stocks, but so far, Seggo is not letting off the pressure, having a really rough little recovery situation here for Fury. Upper drag down, still sabotaging a lot of Fury's just momentum. Right now, we're just not seeing Fury actually get to really play much at all. Seggo is completely in control of this game.
Even when they get the hit, it's just a trade. Like, it doesn't lead to much.
Yeah, I mean, and Seggo actually does very dominantly. And as you said, like, the big thing, I think Seggo really got that there. Even any situation where he possibly could have been grabbed, he tended to get a trade out of it. He would trade, that would mean the grab would drop, and that would just kind of mean that he often didn't have to be dangerous. I think he might have found his real footing in this matchup. And now it's going to be on Fury to try and take what just happened in that game, reflect on it, see, okay, how do I deal with the oppressive neutral I just dealt with? And I want to see if Fury can come right back with that really harsh punish game we saw in those first 2 games, and just create an absolute slobber knocker of a 4th game.
See, I like the idea of the triple plat, right? Now you have like a top platform you can do down special on, but it also gives Seggo way more space to catch you.
Yeah, it's going to be a bit of a double-edged sword, especially with like the stage size, because we already saw some of Seggo's conversions being extremely powerful as well. And here, kills off the side are going to be even more potent, just like that down strong. And now Seggo is honestly running away with this game even harder than he was the last one, at least at the start. But we're gonna get at least Seggo off stage this time. Fury is starting to at least try and run a bit of a train, and not getting the additional throw follow-ups though.
Oh, Seggo finally getting the proper reads here for the grab, not getting too afraid of it now. Uh-oh, off stage.
Let's see if Seggo is getting a really big conversion so far. He's already getting 40%. Establishing still a bit of a lead. Okay, gets the top platform, gets the down special on it.
Oh,
gets
there
the side special follow-up as well. Does not get the down strong follow-up after, unfortunately. Does, however, get that pair, gets that up strong. Actually makes the lead not be that bad.
Just that one grab. The specialty, like when you get all the reads, it feels amazing. Just Fury just needs to get one more and stop Seggo from ruining his momentum. Out on the side once again from the down strong, not prepared for it.
Okay, we're still seeing a really strong setups here from Seggo. He's trying to explode the bubbles. Just honestly, the threat of those bubbles, I feel, are already forcing Fury to kind of recover high, which is gonna make Fury's recovery even more predictable for Seggo to deal with.
Much here. Even throwing the small shurikens now, knowing that might force Fury to do a double jump early and read him. 94%.
Yeah, using the shurikens for disruptions is something that has net Seggo so much mileage this set. Okay, Fury finally getting a bit of conversion. Not getting the throw right to land on the platform where he wanted, but still getting a good bit of damage there. Sits by down to the upstrong, not going to kill just yet, but has to deal with this giant field of bubbles. It's going to be really hard. Gets hit by the nair forward air, and Seggo does manage to take the set 3-1. Sending SilentFuRi to losers.
That was really a strong showing from Seggo.
So the main thing we really got to see there was actually Seggo's incredible adaptation skills, because we went from the first game where he was getting hit by a lot of the very classic Theora setups. A lot of stuff was just kind of working, and the more the set kind of went on and on, he got hit by less of the setups. He didn't really get chain grabbed as much. He didn't really let himself fall for that many of Theora's little tricks. Like, he didn't get anti-aired as much. A lot of his mistakes just kind of got fixed as time went on, and that's how you really know that Seggo is a top Rivals of Aether player and how good he really is at this game. Fury still did an amazing showing. Taking a game off of that, such a titan, if even adaptation, is not something to scoff at.
Great showing from SilentFuRi, now being sent to the other side, and now we're gonna be moving on to Dakota and Sly, another titan of the workshop community here. And a
Yes,
very
and it's
new
gonna be the
person.
Titan versus it's gonna be the newcomer. It's gonna be a little bit of a David versus Goliath situation if I were to really compare it to anything, because like as far as I'm aware, Sly is like a bit of a newcomer to the scene compared to a lot of the other people, especially in this top 8. Not a hallmark name yet. Who knows, especially with this top 8 showing. We're gonna see Sakia versus Astra. Astra being a bit of a newer character, no? From,
Yes, very recent. Part of the All-Star Heroines collab between multiple developers in the workshop community.
Yeah, there's been a lot of cool characters in there, but now so far we're gonna be seeing Dakota whipping out the Sakia. Honestly, not necessarily the character I would have always expected Dakota to go for, but Dakota always can be a bit of a wild card, having so many characters under his belt that he can bring out whenever he wants.
It's always funny, right? Like, see Dakota and Jordan playing at Riptide, and now Dakota has now picked up that character. Being a top player, you know, you gotta know how every character works. Can't just stay still.
Yeah, it is a great strength in any fighting game really to learn what the other characters do. But the extent Dakota takes it to playing Workshop and playing hundreds of characters on a whim and learning how they work and likely playing them better than most people that could ever possibly consider playing that character is absolutely bonkers, and we're going to be seeing a lot of great showcase of that today, I'm sure.
That's always the wonder I've been envious about from Dakota. Just being like, you know, I can show you how you play a character. I'll show you real quick.
Yeah, exactly. You can always kind of figure out things, and you can always pick up little tricks that he figures out. Oh, perfect up-strong catch on that platform is gonna now let Dakota a bit of a lead. We're gonna see how he ends up playing, because the interesting thing is gonna be that I know Dakota's gonna play this very differently from how Jordan handled having the lead tempo, and Dakota's probably gonna be going in a lot more than we saw J Millions go, because I know that Dakota loves being in your face.
Yes. Where Jordan is way more patient. Dakota just wants to take the air out of your lungs. You do not want to breathe. And I think Sly finally catching Dakota here.
Yeah, building up a lot of percent, kind of evening things out. Now Dakota is definitely catching up a little bit on percent. Oh my god, yes. Dakota also not being afraid to try and just send it to try and get those potential stocks. That setup was almost working out beautifully, but now Astra is, Sly on Astra is going to be the one to try and get the setup landing here. Lands into that F strong. Still no kill just yet on the second stock driver player.
Getting the small pokes here. Finally getting back. Fighting for the center stage. Boxing each other. Ooh. Finally getting the bear. Funny thing about Astra is that they get more like damage from hitting you in the back, but Dakota just keeping themselves moving that it's hard to actually catch them.
Yeah, both of these characters honestly seem to have insane movement when you really realize. And one thing that Dakota is showing that I do know that J Millions was doing in the set, but Dakota is utilizing even stronger so is these wave bounce knives and using them for just movement to stay in and be a bit unpredictable with the close approach. And taking the stock there for Sly is gonna put him a little bit nice, but still this deficit cannot be understated how brutal this can lead to from Dakota's tempo perspective.
And a new upcoming player here, Sly, for showing in a major bracket. I don't know if you would have like a proper read on them, you know? As a player, like, it's scary being like against the underdog. You have so much to lose.
Yeah, for sure. And like for Sly, this is just another experience that they can grow from. And I'm sure that as the underdog, there's very possibly have a lot of people backing them. And Dakota is still going to be the person to take the first game of this set.
Still a great showing, you know, putting it down to the first stocks there. Not bad. But I don't know if that was the character that they really wanted. End of the day.
Yeah, and because of that, we're actually seeing a bit of a character swap going into game 2. We're going to be seeing Hatsune Miku.
That's my favorite goat.
The top Vocaloid of all time. Many of you know her face. Gonna be seeing her with the RGB skin as well. So let's go ahead and see just how strong Sly's Miku is in comparison to the Astra. Interesting to see exactly what playstyle this Miku takes. I know that Miku is very kind of divisive playstyle wise. Where some people do like using the clone, some people don't really care to use the clone. So I'm very interested in seeing exactly what approach Sly takes to this character.
I do think that Sly, wanted more of the disjoint compared to Astra's rushdown capabilities. As much as you are fast, having to go faster than someone who is used to going fast, like Dakota, that's his zone. I don't know if that's what you want to do. Sly wanting to take the approach of slowing down Dakota's tempo and actually making them think a bit.
Yeah, definitely. Trying just I think the character swap to try and control the pace a little bit differently is definitely a good idea, because sometimes you just can't fully compete on the same pace as some of the better players, and you gotta try and disrupt it. And so far, it's actually working out pretty damn well. I would even say that Sly currently is actually doing a great job of playing even faster on this character than he was on Astra at times.
It's once you find your footing.
So far, pretty insane. Just landed at F strong, and that does actually end up sealing out the first stock of Sly, but this still cannot be understated how powerful of a position Sly currently is in with this even just middling lead. It can still lead to a lot of pressure on Dakota to try and go in, especially when he favors the speedier playstyle.
It's so scary for both these players. Man, those wave bounces is so interesting to see. And that's why I love seeing other players play new characters that they never touched before. They can build upon the foundations that was found on other players.
Oh, absolutely, yeah, for sure. It's as we say, let them cook.
Good coverage.
And Dakota is one of the greatest chefs in the entire kitchen of Workshop. Okay, that strong read could have been pretty nice with it, but ends up at least getting that down strong read. Not killing just yet, but Dakota managed to get the next up strong read. He's kind of taking that landing, and Dakota now gets to finally control the tempo, except we're at a 1-to-1 stock lead, no percent, 1-to-1 stock game, no percent leads. Gonna be seeing who gets this step. Oh my god, the little chain grab action here. See. And now establishing even more pressure for offstage.
Knives still in play, extending the combo a little bit.
See if Sly can find a swinging Sly. Already, like, honestly, this Miku pick is working out very well. Gets Dakota off stage and just dies. I'm actually not sure exactly what happened, if he was just still in hit stun, if it was just kind of not fully deciding what to do just in time, but that's gonna be the next stock. And
It's just all about that swing and that stay. Just the thing about Dakota is like how fast they go. Sometimes you might trip. Like good catch from Sly, getting that second game, and seeing a familiar character pick from Dakota here with Luna.
yeah, we're gonna be seeing the Luna come out. So this is the third Luna we've seen in this top 8 so far, and I gotta be a popular, evidently a very strong pick. So I can't say I'm too surprised. So now it's Saki. I might have started feeling a little awkward in this matchup, going for a bit more of a kind of rush down approach. It might be exactly what Dakota needs. He is trying to run over this Miku pick. And we're gonna see just how well it goes on this Julesville game.
I think it was time for Dakota to like stop playing. They're just like, I'll show you a real character I was used to. I'll show you why I was there second of Riptide.
Yeah, for sure. Now we're gonna see Sly, however, does get a lot of damage after ending up that leak slash. Not sure exactly what it's called, but that's just the Dolph leak slash, I guess.
It is just the Pal Ken combo. That's something I never thought I would be seeing.
Yes, true. The Pal Ken combo is going to be a lot more potent. I'm sure a lot more frequent in this game than it is even in the game it comes from, since Pal literally doesn't exist anymore in Melee. But it's really good little strings here. A lot of down tilts, just kind of forcing Sly to be in the air a lot of the time, and he's trying to catch these landings. Really effective for Dakota. Oh my god, a drag down attempt into strong. Showing exactly what Dakota wants. Oh man, releasing the wall cling a little bit at an inopportune time. Sly getting that timing perfectly.
I was like, dang, that was a really good wall cling, and I was like, I know you. I know your tricks. Lone, just swinging this leak around, hopefully. Barely providing.
And the I mean, the really horrible AI attached to it, but now Dakota is going to be able to chill in the lead. As impressive as he wants, as aggressive as he wants, which is exactly where he loves being. Oh no, very unfortunate recovery flub from Sly is going to give that match very handily away to Dakota. Might have been a little bit of nerves catching up to him after being so overwhelmed, but I'm sure that Sly is not too down for the count just yet. It's going to be going to Endless Abyss for that final destination attempt for the Morph character against, it's a good India, but it has a little bit of a fast faller feel to it, So maybe the folks of our grandfathers in Melee might have been cooking something, and maybe it will come to fruition here as well for Sly. Let's see if Sly can call upon the grandfathers of Melee and get this more fun FD game rolling.
I can't wait to see the Ken combo. I can't wait to see the up throws to lead up to like kill percent. Maybe even a ledge hog. Wait a minute, that's the wrong game.
Yeah, calm down. We don't have Workshop and Rivals 2 just yet. So far, really good patient gameplay. Actually, they're just kind of like not choosing to go too hard and trying to approach on that recovery, but ends up unfortunately getting a really big GameStop trade in favor of Dakota. Where Sly gets this F strong, gets him off stage once again, just tries to deal with the shuriken. Okay, gets this throw. Not quite taking the stop just yet, but in a really, really good position to potentially take one. Gets that back here. Still having his advantage. Gets the Blaze Leak end. I'm just trying to work leaks. I'm just trying to work leak into these names at this point.
I think you're leaking there a little bit. Getting a little bit of like arthritis here. Not getting the kill at 163.
Yeah, Nisia's trying to find that one strong hit. Finally gets the random F strong in neutral. But absolute Mark classic when you're at that point in time and landing it very well.
I just need it out.
Alright, now our Dakota is establishing that pressure once again and catching the the air dash attempt. Very, very hard read.
Right, Slide getting more advantage here, showing us why FD is a scary place.
Ooh, and now we're gonna be seeing if Sly can just get himself in here and deal a lot of damage. Because we've already seen the Slice Punish game can be extremely potent. Just trying to open up the neutral hook leak spin.
Slide did a really good job inching like Dakota into the edge, but like just letting them slip aside just again with the roll there.
Ooh, hits that Becker into F strong, not getting a whole lot off of it, but still getting some solid percent. Dakota still pushing into the corner, but Sly getting actually some really good parries both in the corner here. You're kind of taking that pressure that Dakota's trying to apply to him and just using it for himself.
Nice dodge.
Not going to be quite enough to kill, but this is like Sly is definitely setting himself up a lot more on the momentum side and getting a bit more confidence to try and just find these openings, which is the biggest thing. Oh my god, the early little parry on the leak spin, not quite working out for Dakota. And now Sly's in a bit of a rough position, gets to land, but at what cost? Gets caught by the combo to the fair.
The bubble getting rid of the leak.
Oh my god, gets fair catch, not being quite enough to kill just yet. Gets us up strong and gets the upper after it, and with that, Dakota will be taking the game. So Sly did have some pretty good showings, did have some pretty good conversions. I'm actually very impressed by the new blood coming into the show. Dakota is not not the easiest opponent. Dakota has made many giants fall of his comrades, and I still think that was a very strong showing from Sly, and I look forward to seeing what they can do in the losers bracket.
Yeah, now they'll
Now,
be facing around J Millions. But
yeah, yes, but before we head into the losers bracket, we are going to have to give a quick shout out to the sponsors that made this bracket possible. Thanks to 956 Productions with their exclusive merch. You have this wonderful shop with some really, really cool shirts and hoodies that you can see. This is really nice. I personally do have to say I have a little bit of soft spot for a tank top they show. It says "Keep Calm" and "Grim Reaper." As much as I'm traumatized by Gordeau from my days of playing Uniel on PC, I do kind of enjoy just how consistent Keep Calm, like, this Grim Reaper has stayed throughout the time of Undernight.
honestly, like I've already checked out their shop. I already got one shipped. Like I love their designs. Please make sure to check it out at 956pro.com/shop. And we also got Frosty Faustings. Vortex Gallery is gonna be there. If you can make it to Chicago, they return offline to Frosty Faustings January 23rd through January 26th to bring your own mix to 4 days of community at Frosty Faustings. Make sure to stay tuned at their like Twitter social media account at Frosty Faustings for updates.
Yeah,
And
Frosty Fausting is one of the mainstay locals for sure that features a whole ton of different fighting games. I know that Evo also always has their little side thing like Anime Evo previously, which Vortex Gallery pretty much is the successor to, and they have made sure that they are smashing into multiple different tournaments now. Frosty Fausting being another mainstay. If you have your niche little game that you love so much, Frosty Faustings is where you will find a spot.
like what, like Rivals Workshop?
Yeah,
Maybe one day. One day.
maybe one day.
All right. And lastly but not least, Vortex Gallery is also proudly partnered with Maturino to provide prize pools. Is really, this is the biggest prize pool that we've gotten so far in the workshop community. Around 1.4k.
Yeah, no, yeah, over 1.4K dollars raised for this tournament to be distributed on players with some incredible donations of over $200 from multiple people. It is insane the support that this tournament has received from the community, and it is always very heartwarming to see the work that the workshop community puts in for their own. And make sure still that because this tournament is not over, you can still contribute to the pot for this game by going to matcharena.com/VGON24 and just, if you feel like donating another quick buck for the potential winners of this tournament to get, that's where you go.
Or even
Any
two
donations are
tournaments.
appreciated.
As a community, we got to help each other out. like or the Vortex Gallery. Check it out, please. Support your community. But because of those people that contributed, I would like to give out shout outs to all of them. So we're gonna go through the list. Our biggest financial contributor. Starting off with Harvard's 12. If you haven't been seeing in our sponsors during our games, we have our sponsors logos. The people who have contributed: Open Gunner, Tenchu Ninja, Coca Cup, JH, Mr. Rix, Them H06, SK Harrison, Rene Cup, Astral Flash, Gamer Guy GG64, Garfi Dis, Elden Bomb, Pop Culture Corn, Final HG, Bryce, Wattmelon, Shioshiodome, Shioshiodome, Hypernuke, Red Quote, B-Force, The End, Delta Parallax, BLW, Forbidden Trading Lounge, Night 6, and especially your TO, Inner Otaku. Thank you for all that I've just listed and shouted out. We value your contributions to the community. Thank you so much for this. And so I think I am just alone here. I might have killed Slime. My bad, chat.
You can't get rid of me that easily. I have risen back from the dead. It's okay. I just had to quickly take care of some, problems outside. Don't worry about it. They won't be bothering us for the rest of the stream. It's all okay. And just like the next set will not be a bother to anyone because it's going to be incredibly intense as we move down to the loser side of a bracket again. We will be seeing Ambi versus SilentFuRi.
Yeah, it's been a while since we looked at this bracket, haven't we?
Yeah, no, we've seen some very strong names already out. We still have some incredibly strong names still in. And I actually cannot hide my excitement for any of them. I am beyond ecstatic to see, especially, again, returning to the storyline here of how SilentFuRi unfortunately did not get to attend properly Riptide and play. I actually do want to see, since we have another Riptide attendee in Ambi, who has historically performed pretty well, I'm really interested in seeing how SilentFuRi will stack up against the absolute terror that is Load.
It's a big load to handle, for sure.
That's not Load.
Not my bad, chat. I didn't know. I didn't know your game was
I've
to mix
been,
this
I've
up.
been, I was not, so I technically was, but I was not familiar with this game, so we're actually not going to be seeing the load and pull. For this first game of this set, we're actually going to be seeing Ayaka, Ambi's own character, fighting against.
All right, chat. We are handling a soft issue here. Give me a second. Sorry for the.
So excuse our technical difficulties, and while the technical difficulties are going on, I'm going to go ahead and just once again, shout out to all the incredible people that have donated to the Metro Arena. We all appreciate your contributions very much so, allowing our players to get their fair share, like a nice little pocket change, and also just making sure that the hype is kept up because the bigger just prize pool is, the more it's on the line, the more these players will put their absolute hearts to play the best they possibly can. Also, Ducky, I'm also going to go ahead and just quickly while you do that, also just point out that the little sponsor thing that shows the icons has not been looping. So it's
Has
been
not
stuck on
been
the same
looping.
image the whole time. It's not been looping. It's been stuck on the same image for the past little while.
Interesting. Sorry about that. Let's see if it loads. Sorry for the delay.
You know how it is. Workshop can be a little finicky sometimes. Let's see. Are you still running into an issue?
Still running through an issue here. Not being able to play the game.
All right. So in that case, we're gonna have to take probably a quick little break while she
Yeah.
tries to figure it out. And while she figures out, you know what, chat? Why don't we have a little talk? What's been your favorite set so far that you've seen between both our stream and, of course, the pre-stream? Cannot shout out enough to, as well, Robo Shy Guy and Anti for holding it down earlier before us and doing a wonderful job. So I just want to know, what have your personal favorite sets been so far? Who are you rooting for to win of the people that are remaining in this bracket? Because we still have 6 very strong competitors to go. We have Dakota, Seggo, J Millions, Sly, Ambi, and SilentFuRi. I know what mine is going to be, but I'm not revealing mine until I get some opinions from chat. I don't want to influence you guys. I know who I want to win. But that's because I have a bit of a favorite. I have some favoritism going on deep down. Of course, I keep it professional. You won't hear it on commentary. I try to make sure I'm as unbiased as possible and hype up everyone individually. But in my heart of hearts, I can't deny that I'm just human.
I appreciate you a lot, Slime. I'm not gonna lie to you. Thank you. Um, I'm having a bit of a struggle here with Eric.
All right. So here's what we're gonna do. Can you go ahead and use quickly? Let's try and do some quick troubleshooting chat. So it appears we're having an issue where Kentucky's game keeps crashing. So what I'm gonna go ahead and do is I'm gonna ask you to send me the replays real quick, and we're gonna see if we can have. We're gonna have to do a little bit of
It's quick change,
see
swap a
if
Rooney.
we can scuff this around a little bit and see if it will struggle less on my setup. So let's go ahead and send me the replay from a match chat you
I'm
were
so
just
sorry,
trying to
chat.
stream, and we're gonna see if we can't make this work. I
Uh,
love Rivals of Aether. I know about you guys, but I love Rivals of Aether.
this is just the sad thing about workshop. Sometimes things just don't work. It's okay. We try our best.
We do try our best to make sure that things go as best as they possibly can, and sometimes that requires a little bit of finagling. So apologies again for the little bit of downtime here as we try and resolve this situation. Give me but a moment to see if I can't get this to work on my setup. Let's have a look. Let's see if I can't potentially turn out a-okay. And I am also getting a fatal error crash.
What is
So
happening?
it looks like the first game might be a bust of this set, as we are both running into a fatal error, which is very tragic to see. So I think that we're just kind of gonna have to potentially deal with that. We're just not gonna be seeing that first game of this set. I would like you to just quickly check if that second game functions. I would like to see to make sure at
I'm gonna
least
make sure that
we
every
can
single
get the
thing
set rolling.
works as
Yeah, so again, apologies for this little trouble, guys. We not a whole lot we can really do. It appears it is consistently crashing at the same point. I
is it
think
possible to
I
send me the
saw.
game and see if it'll make the difference? Um, so Fury, I don't know who uploaded the plays. I would like to see if whoever didn't send the
Yeah,
replay, if to send
honestly,
it.
yeah, yeah. If you can, yeah, if you were not the person who uploaded it, if you can quickly just DM me. Yeah, yes, Fury, just DM me real quick, a replay, and I'll share it with Ducky, and we'll see if we can get that to work. If we do, then that would be fantastic. Rivals has been known to be a bit finicky with that kind of stuff sometimes. It would not be the first time I see one person's side of the replays not working. As weird as that may sound, it would not be the first time. So just hit me up with those replays real quick. We'll see if we can't get it to work. And hopefully, hopefully everything turns out fine.
Hey, look, it cleared my name, right? Like I'm not the only one who of the screen. Rivals of Aether now. Clear.
We got Seggo in the chat. Yo, what's up, Seggo? You don't know if that Seggo Ahmet guy has played, but you hope he loses. That probably should go back to Olympia. You think he should go back to? So, are you talking about should go back to his base cast Olympia, or are you talking like he needs to try and pull out that workshop Olympia again? Because that workshop Olympia was pretty nasty. I gotta admit. It was a long time ago, but that thing could pack a punch, to say the absolute least.
My
Yes,
gosh.
I love that. I love that answer because that basically just means you should go back to both iterations of Olympia, and I completely agree. I personally am actually pretty excited to hopefully eventually see Olympia back in Rivals 2. I'm a bit in that Olympia waiting room right now, alongside a couple other people. And I do hope that the people in the stream, I hope you've been enjoying Rivals 2 if you've been playing it. I hope that in general that people have been having a good time with that game. I know that it has its flaws, it had its controversial things as part of the topic, but I do think the game has been starting out great and is only going to continue to grow and be even better. All right, I
Hey,
received the first replay from Fury to try and see if I can't get this to work. So
mind if you
let's
can
see
do it
if
for me, my companion?
yeah, I'm just gonna see if it functions first before anything else. Let's see if we get the fatal error again or if it just functions this time.
For those going to heat wave, show you my secret weapon for rivals
It
too.
works. It functions. It functions. All right, Fury, keep feeding me those replays. Keep feeding the replays. We are officially potentially a go. We are able to make sure that this keeps running. I guess actually I think it'll be easier if I simply Fury send all future replays to Ducky. Now that I've confirmed that they work, is send all of them to her. So she can get them in gradually, so we don't have to do some weird bullshit where I stream the game to her stream.
Yeah, that'd be
All right.
crazy.
So meanwhile, I will go ahead and send her the replay you just sent me, so that we can get the ball rolling. Thank you very much, Fury, for your cooperation, helping out, and I'm glad that these work.
That's so weird.
All right. Right. This is such a wonderful game we play that functions 100% of the time. It's part of its charm, really.
Are you okay? Are you
The
actually sending
ways
to
I've
me
seen
one
this
by
game.
one?
That was how I was sent it by Fury at least. But just send all the replays if they're sent one by one. I don't care. Get them in there. Let's get this show on the road. I want to see Fury game, and I want to see Ambi game in return. I'm especially interested in seeing now that we're seeing a different character on the load. I do want to see how he will handle this matchup playing on Ayaka.
You
So
are tugging on my tail, sending me one by one replays.
you can put in the replays in the middle of a game replay
I
going.
know,
You
I
know,
know,
it's
I
a
know.
thing you can do.
I've coded for this game. I think. Don't look up my characters.
Don't look at them right after they're released. That's when they're most disastrous.
Hey, I'm getting slandered here. With fair reason. I'm getting slandered here.
You know I only slander you because I give a shit. Alright, let's hop right into this game. Ayaka versus Deora should be working this time. No more fatal error crashes. Let's hop right into it.
Sorry,
We're
I'm
already
just so
seeing
out of
some
the
very
mood.
heavy damage coming in from Fury. Kind of having Ambi pushed up into the corner, Ambi getting it to center stage, and now getting a lot of the damage. I am actually thinking that I could definitely foresee that the person who ends up playing the most advantageous here is whoever gets to have control of center stage. I think center stage could be extremely important in this matchup for who really gets to pressure who from both of these players' ends. And so far, Fury is the one who's going to come out with a little bit of a general lead here. Oh man, almost managed to catch that, not quite good. Little dodge away from Ambi.
So,
See, I'm just not going to catch it. It gets priority.
this is the tale as old as time, right? Grappler versus owner.
Oh yeah, absolutely. This is historically speaking, we have seen this 5 million times before.
It's always a nice
Yeah,
thing
it's
to
fine.
look at.
Yeah, for sure. And now we're just gonna see if you're trying to get past this little wall here and finally manages to penetrate it. Gets in, gets some damage, gets back to center stage, gets that down strong, managed to catch the little, probably intended to be like a dash back, like a dash forward, dash back DI. Oh, nice little EckS setup though from Ambi, evening out the stocks.
So, the thing about Ayaka that scares me the most, that there's this so quick get away, and they already need to play catch up, but I'm hoping the explosiveness when they get a grab.
Alright, now we're seeing spiking up explosiveness. We're seeing a lot of damage come out there, getting another regrab. Let's see, does they get... No, Ambi does manage to roll to avoid that side B grab. He's playing very patiently, trying to find this opening. Fury is just trying to keep laying on that hurt, gets that side B, does not get the up strong follow-up. Oh, that parry from Ambi is potentially going to lead to a lot of damage. But now is marked. This is a dangerous spot for Ambi to be in. Manages to avoid the grabs, gets rid of the mark. And this is actually going to be a bit of a rough spot for Fury to be in, because this is where Ambi can definitely try and push off stage, try and get the edge guard opportunities that he's been thriving off of so far. Ooh, gets that back air, sets up the edge guard, gets to play around with the axe a little bit. Does get grabbed though on the back end. Oh my god, the ice behind ends up dying to that down strong.
That's the biggest problem with like these 50-50s is that you just gotta take them. Sometimes you live, sometimes you lose. Let's go gambling, what they all say.
Oh, dang it.
Oh, dang
That's
it.
what's been on the menu today, because so far, whenever there's been gambling, Ambi has not necessarily gambled right on the grab the ice when it's mattered the most, but at the same time, he has been getting his own setups to seal out the stock, so it's been making up for it. Alright, once again, very even set overall. It's actually very, very interesting to watch how even this Zoner versus Grappler game has been. They're very much showcasing how potent they are at their respective archetypes.
I just like how both of them, like, end of the day, still have to play as patient as the other. You know, more patient no matter what.
Oh yeah. Alright, we're seeing the grabs finally open up from Fury. Not getting a whole lot off of it though.
Okay, the grab. The knee?
Oh, blends the knee afterwards and does end up taking the first game. Extremely close set starting out, and I actually cannot wait to see more of these games with how this has been going. However, what I will say is that we will not be seeing Ayaka for this next upcoming game. For Ambi has decided to pull out a very special little pick that he has in his pocket.
This is a classic one.
Classic. That is a great word to use for it. Very little old bean that's been laying around dormant for ages. Say hello to Krill. So I'm gonna be honest. I am not sure what to expect from this Krillin gameplay at all. I have never seen Ambi play this character. I have not seen this character since like 2019 be played by anybody, and that was a very different character than I'm sure this is today. So
Dude,
I'm very interested in seeing exactly what it was doing.
2019, I was still in the nest. What were they cooking with this Krillin back then?
I don't even know if it's the same Krillin, to be honest. I just know that I haven't seen a Krillin on Workshop since way back. And I'm very curious to see if Ambi has what it takes to cook. But so far, he is definitely the one who is the roast chicken.
I love seeing character swaps, and then really makes you question, was it really the right choice that I made?
Listen, he might just be warming up. We're already actually seeing some pretty interesting little plays. A pretty crazy confirmed section already. Crazy movement as I would expect of any character Ambi picks. I always expect movement. Oh my god, gets the solar flare into up strong. Very potentially could be a very strong option depending on exactly how that move works. And now we see the Destructo disc come out, a little bit of damage.
What's that? Solar flare!
Solar flare. That solar flare actually was very potent, doing great work with using it to equalize the game and building up actually a bit of a lead here now as well. Gets caught out, does not get too much of extra damage. Fury is trying to find the footing here against this Krill. I'm not sure if he has a lot of matchup experience against this, or at least he's kind of finding things out on the fly.
Trying to find the strongs there. Oh, getting the grabs. Missed tech. Ooh. I just said it. I love the small calmness.
Alright, we're seeing some really close gameplay here actually. It's very interesting. Okay, gets that parry, does the F strong, does end up leading to a kill, even if it wasn't a galaxy. And now Ambi can just kind of doesn't really have to try and play too rough into this. It does seem like he has some of the tools to kind of let him play relatively safe moving around. Does have a projectile. It ends up getting caught by an upper, and we're bound back to another one-stock game.
Yeah, both being very good with their punishes. Krillin finally finding their mark. Down strong. Key blast, forward strong. Yo,
Oh my goodness, it's still going. Not quite killing. Gets that strong. No double jump on Fury. Gets that whichever move I likely is. Put him in pratfall. But now probably a special or something of that sort. Now Fury gets to get a little bit of damage. Gets to come back. Gets to breathe. Gets a grab. This could be the main thing that just leads into Fury managing to build all the momentum back. It's not get hit by Soul Flare, but does get caught by it up strong, and that game will go to Ambi now, 1-1. This Krillin has been impressing me already. I don't even know half of the things he's been doing, but learning as we go, I gotta say Ambi definitely has a grasp on the movement of this character, which is exactly what we expect from Ambi.
It is a classic.
That is moving.
And we're gonna be moving on to Skills Fail. Or that one pick. Sticking with the Krillin, you know, it's looking strong so far.
It was working, you know. It was working. No, well, I like don't fix what ain't broken. And so far, that Krillin actually seeming like it could be recorded well. And that was just like kind of the first game as well. But who knows what Ambi can do when he's like a little bit more warmed up. I, for one, am very excited to keep learning exactly what Krillin has in his arsenal here. Okay, tries to land a Solar Flare, kind of just in neutral early on. Not quite getting it, but still managing to set himself up decently, well positioning wise. But is now getting caught up. Getting caught out by a lot of grabs. Fury establishing tempo as best as he can.
Ooh, the confidence
my
jabbing.
That jab was actually insane to interrupt that grab. I have to give props. This dude was ballsy as hell. I would never. All of his Solar Flare set up here, trying to get the backer after, not quite getting it, but still trying to use the positional advantage here to outplay Fury. A lot of strong attacks coming out here from Ambi. He's trying to make sure he can seal out this stock. Not quite getting it just yet. Oh, getting in a really good position, trying to get that forward air. Oh, still making sure that he keeps him outside. Seems to have, I believe, the Destructo Disc charge now, unless that's like so Soul Flare charge thing, but lands that F strong. Okay, Destructo Disc is now on deck, has access to it for a decent projectile. Gonna try and reduce it for the approach or to get a follow-up. We'll see. Okay, does not end up landing it, but has a lot of damage already on. Gets caught by that up air. And now it's down 2 stock siege.
Abruptly a Solar Flare after so long. Small key blasted. I love these small projectiles. So annoying. SilentFuRi is going through hell and back.
Alright, the Destructor Disc is on deck now. Oh my god, the Solar Flare. I feel like that was so unnecessary, but who knows, maybe the Upstrong needs it to be able to kill there. Alright, just doing a little bit of like kind of me Brawler-esque dive kick stalling. Ends up still getting caught out. SilentFuRi has quite the hill to climb here, though, as Ambi's definitely been getting a lot more confident in what he can and can't get away with against SilentFuRi.
That was an insane read. Okay, both of them are just going for it, huh? Nice down strong.
Alright, gets size bet into down strong, and now SilentFuRi actually catching up pretty nicely.
Nice job avoiding the Solar Flare, but
oh man, Solar Flare into up strong. It's been a classic confirmed so far. He's actually landed a lot. It's been very reliable for him. And I'm sure we'll see even more of it being attempted in this next game. There will also be a run back on dual sale, same characters. Let's see if SilentFuRi has figured out some of the adjustments he needs to make in this matchup to try and come out on top, because Ambi at some points kind of felt like it was running away a little bit with the advantage state there. But maybe SilentFuRi has thought about it and been like, I can definitely get him here, and so far, it's definitely working. This punish game is turning out phenomenal. Catches that landing perfectly, gets that parry for even more damage. Catches another landing. Maybe this is what SilentFuRi is really gonna be working its best off of, is figuring out that, you know what, he really likes landing with these timings, with this tempo, and I can just catch that. And so far, it's been working.
How do you feel about like losing a stage and then just running it back? I always doubt it.
Well, so like it really depends, and it ultimately comes down to if you feel like, even if you lose on a stage, if you feel like you caught information from that and can get a solid read on and download how exactly they play on that stage, I think the run back can work really well. Like if you can take that information and process it perfectly, which so far SilentFuRi has been showing that he actually has been doing decently well. So far, he has been hitting a lot more grabs. He's been having a better read on where Ambi wants to move and where Ambi wants to go. But his objective is, he's learned to probably look out for Solar Flare a bit better and things like that. And it is going very, very well so far for him. So I think that this pick is working out wonders.
Ambi trying to play catch up now.
Yeah, one of the big things is definitely, I feel like Krillin's approach seems to be a little weaker when the stage is more kind of FD-like and doesn't have the additional like platform in the middle or the balloon platform, because we did see a very tricky movement on the balloon platform earlier, but now it's just kind of gone. He's struggling a little bit. They'll get that up soon though.
These small parries can mean so much sometimes, especially with how we've seen Ambi play with this little guy. It, you know, you're wanting to show that, hey, I'm still not out of the game here.
Alright, solid lead now for Fury. A complete turnaround pretty much from how things were looking last game, where Ambi was the one mostly looking a little bit dominant. Catching perfectly after getting rid of Ambi's double jump earlier, but now just getting grabs on grabs, getting the mark. Oh my god, getting it out throw, not quite killing just yet, but in a prime position to hit with most of their stronger moves, and just kind of getting it outright. Gets that down tilt into the up strong with that pretty convincing 2-stock. SilentFuRi will be moving into game number 5, where we will be seeing yet another character swap from Ambi to... I'm sorry, I don't know who that is. Do you know who that is, Ducky? I don't know that sprite. I'm sorry, but I need you to clutch up for me here.
I might not be your goat. I might not be your goat, but the name
I need you to be my goat right now. What character is that? Alright, chat. Alright, we're gonna go in. Chat, you're gonna tell me what character is this. Sorry, my co-host is failing me right now. We're gonna go in. You're gonna tell me who this is, whoever Ambi has decided to go. With, of course, SilentFuRi is still very much staying on Deora.
How does the name go through me all of a sudden?
Alright, Vale. Thank you, chat. This is Vale. I believe, from what I've been told, Vale is very similar to Ike from Fire Emblem, featured in Super Smash Bros. Has some of the similar aerials, but it does look like they have a bit of projectile gameplay as well to it, and whatever this field is. I'm actually very curious. Do you know what this field does, Ducky? Do you at least know how this character works?
Yeah, of course. I just forgot the name. It says when you're hurt inside the field and you're starting to glow yellow, it will start hitting a projectile towards you, sending Veil combos. So the last thing that Fury wants is actually keep getting comboed by Ike, which is a classic, right? Good job. Right there.
Yeah, I guess a little setup into Upstrong, establishing a pretty quick lead actually, which is definitely going to be very nice for Fury. Because now Fury, I imagine you kind of just don't want to play in this field, and now Fury has all the time in the world to just try and play as out of it as possible. Oh my lord, gets hit by that F strong, but still keeping a lead. And I see that field appears to be getting smaller with time. It looks like.
So it depends on if they hit them with their projectile. If they are glowing with their projectile, then the field becomes larger. So if you can't find anyone, then it is what it is.
Yeah, well, I will say that the one thing that I feel like about the field so far is it definitely makes the range that Ambi wants to play at a little bit predictable, which SilentFuRi I do think has been able to kind of abuse so far. Managed to get that parry into the up throw. Not killing quite yet, but that mark can and will potentially be very deadly.
And the
As
stomp.
he does find the KO right off of that edge guard interaction.
The tricky part of this is that, yes, I would agree with the final destination pick, but it feels like the side B could cover even more now, because where are you gonna land, right? At the end of the day, you're gonna go back on stage.
Oh my god, it hits the knee. One more grab setup here could be the thing that ends everything, but the mark is now removed, but SilentFuRi still has such a powerful lead here. Ambi not really being able to properly find the footing with Veil here.
Getting hit.
Down tilt in there, not quite getting the knee out of it. That setup almost insane.
Yeah. That's the setup that you fight for your friends for, you know?
Yeah, exactly. Alright, gets the mark set up, does not get the grab, gets removed. Good patience, not getting caught by that. Trying to land that up strong, not quite getting it. The mark is still on the field. Never mind. Every time I say it, it disappears, so I should just stop saying it. Alright, let's see if you really need this. One strong hit.
One struck it.
And there it is, gets in there into the up air. And with that, SilentFuRi does advance over Ambi with trying to really dig deep in his pockets. I will say, seeing that Krillin gameplay was pretty cool. I'm actually very happy I got to see the character. And see a couple of the cool things. The character actually looks pretty dope. I have not seen much of Veil. Character looks pretty dope. I will say I appreciate Ambi for digging his pockets, showcasing some really cool characters for us. But ultimately, your main SilentFuRi will be the one who advances with this little bit more specialty.
It always comes down to that, right? Like, I find that staying with one character throughout the entire thing gives you more confidence. I feel like switching around kind of screws you up a little bit. What do you think?
It definitely can. It depends ultimately, of course, because sometimes, counter picks can work out very well. Sometimes if a person is a specialist, even if they might be special at multiple matchups, it can still be easy to throw them off, and depending on how they play their tempo, it can still work. But enough about that set. Now we will be moving on to yet another set featuring Slime up-and-comer. Now playing against the Riptide champion, J-Millions on Sakia, and Sly will be playing Astra once again, and this is the matchup he was playing against Dakota earlier on in the winner's side. So let's see how it works against a different type of Sakia and J-Millions.
Yeah, I wonder if you getting a different approach might help you, but I think the playstyles might conflict a lot with how Sly will think about this.
Yeah, for sure, I can definitely see it. So far, definitely a bit more of a... Honestly, a bit more scrambly than I would expect, but also very much so starting out in Sly's favor neutral win-wise, but Jordan is catching up slowly but surely. He's trying to match the pace I think he's noticed that Astra is a very fast character, and he can't really play that slowly into her.
Yeah, and it's been a while since we've seen the Codal pick from Jordan J-Millions.
Yeah, I'm curious if we might end up seeing that into this matchup depending on how this goes, but so far, definitely interesting to see how different it is to see J-Millions Sakia versus Dakota's into this matchup. Where Dakota's speed definitely seems to have lended itself very well into it, and J-Millions is just kind of trying to make sure that he doesn't lose the speed game that hard. But the thing is that I feel like he's still trying to match the pace of Sly more so than overrun like Dakota was gonna do it. It's not working too bad. It's just so far no one's managed to land a kill. Both are just kind of weeping and bobbing, trying to be the one who finally finds the other person's mistake.
Yeah, I think what benefited Sly against Dakota is that since they were playing a little bit faster, they were able to realize what they could, what spaces they could actually occupy and not go, and be in their face more a little bit. Dakota has shown me where the danger spots are, and I'll use that information now.
Alright, Alright, so far we're saying Jamielin's just trying to land this stock with Sly. Honestly, playing very safe, trying to just get their projectile hits in. It's working fairly well. Let's see if they can recover around Jamielin's setup. Does so, builds a lot of percent as well.
Yeah, keeping up with the lead here. Ooh. But in stopping the bleeding, 46%, not too bad. But I do think that Sly is getting a little bit of an advantage here, knowing that Dakota has been moving a little bit quicker and more aggressively. Because Jordan likes to like hide between the knives, right? Like keep yourself safe. Don't go too risky.
Yeah, but honestly, trying to take some of those risks might be what Jamielin's gonna have to do if he keeps being outpaced like this. Because generally speaking, like now when Astra, when Sly is being allowed to play at his own speed of Astra, I do think it's not really working out in the long run for Jamielin's right now. It needs to see a bit of a speed adjustment. So far, he very much is trying to play passively. Both they really are just trying to find a mistake to capitalize on from either side, but neither of them are really letting up, playing incredibly safe.
I think that the platforms will actually get closer, and they'll reach a merging point here. A lot of choke points here. Fighting Ghost might make sense against Astra. You know, the silhouettes. Okay. Overcommittal with the jab.
Let's see if it ends up making Jamielin's play a bit more in Sly's court, or if it's going back. Kind of, they're both kind of going back. Sly finding an opening now gets Jamielin's off stage. We're going to be seeing that strong follow-up. Tap on the recovery. Seeing another one. This might be Jamielin's losing a stock pretty soon if he's not too careful. Oh, gets hit by the teleport conversion thing.
You know, I know that Jordan is one of those players that specializes in patience.
Yes, very much so. He has the, like, if he needs to, like I believe fully he has it in him to potentially let a game go to time. Like if he needs to, if he feels he needs to slow the game down to benefit him and to make it so that it becomes a sense of patience, he's not going to be the one who lets up first.
Yes.
And that is a very difficult skill to properly maintain. And he has that as, I'd say, even one of his core things that he is more than willing to do. Is if patience is required, he will take it. Sly does end up being the next person to take a stock though.
I feel like I'm trying to understand convoluted, like dance, ballet dance, you know?
They're definitely moving with a lot of grace, except just the biggest thing is that they're not accomplishing a whole lot right now, but it's because they just really want to make any of them just take any risk. All they want is just try and force a risk, but it's looking really difficult for Jamilius right now to try and do that with the passive play at this disadvantage as well.
It's really just who will crumble first at the end of the day.
Yeah, and right now it looks like Sly is actually looking a little bit more willing to try and kind of go in and force things, probably realizing, you know, I'm at a lead, I can play a little bit riskier here. But it is kind of lending itself to Jamielin's finally finding those openings he was looking for, even if he's taking a bit of damage right now.
Finding the mark, Jordan. Now 36%, 1 minute and 30 seconds. Using the spawn
Sly is
platform.
Sly is doing the correct thing here, just abusing the spawn platform invincibility as long as they can, is trying to make sure that if it has a effect going to time, that they're the one who will be in advantage. At this point, I would not be surprised if either of them simply just decide to commit to going for the clock and seeing who ends up having the least percent by the time it ends. Jordan is going to have to up the tempo a little here to make sure that it's not him.
It is a very interesting match to see because I've never actually seen a match go to timeout, especially under a minute.
It is quite rare, for sure, but these players are just not willing to let up. They don't want to be the first person to make a mistake. They know what can happen if they're the person that makes a mistake. they've seen each other play and what they've done to others.
43
All right,
seconds.
now Jordan is running out of time. We're gonna have to see him moving a little bit, getting some of those knives opening. Try and change up the tempo. Gets punished a bit. Only 33 seconds left on the clock.
Oh,
Things are
finding
gonna
its
be a bit
mark.
hectic. Oh, we are seeing the players crumble a little bit to time. They're gonna have to trying to play as careful as they can, but the timing mix-ups are gonna be coming in here. Oh, Jordan now
61,
is a few
15
percent off of
seconds.
potentially being able to take this lead. It's just a 2% lead now, and Jordan still has this projectile. Jordan has built the lead.
8 seconds.
All
7.
he needs to do now is not get hit. Oh god. Trying to go for a time stall, and that is...
Are you
Oh!
kidding? Are you kidding?
There's no way.
Are you...
There's no way. There's no way. That is so unfortunate that it genuinely went down to 1 second left. And we see the last second self-destruct come out from Sly. That is devastating
That's like
to
the...
see. That I don't have words. I do not have words for how that game ended. I ran out of things to say.
I don't
It's
even
just an
know.
absolute heartbreak. That's a heartbreaker.
I don't know how to feel. If, like at that point, that's like losing to timeout through like the magnifying scope through through Smash.
Oh my god, yeah, like you get like the 1 extra percent and that's why you lose. But let's instead now, instead of lamenting on that, we go to the next game on Blazing Hideout. We're seeing a little bit more aggression coming in now from Sly at first, probably being a little bit like, you know what, I don't want to deal with that again. That was really demoralizing, but I just need to up the tempo. I know that if I can establish the tempo, I can make sure that we don't end up in a nerve-wracking situation again. And I can just kind of go in. So that's what we're seeing now. We're seeing a bit more aggression from both sides.
Yeah, like Blazing Hideout, I think allows for more active gameplay, especially if they're sharing a platform. Wave landing can reach both sides.
Alright, now we're seeing some pretty solid projectile just coverage here, bring up a lot of percent on Sly's end. Still getting this edge guard set up. Oh my goodness, getting that strong and almost into the up air. Getting a very solid lead now. Let's see if Sly can't also end up finding a setup to take this first stock.
Going back, finally recovering. It's so scary, like, playing against these, like, because they can't just go fast. But the fact that they can go fast means that they can be very scared about each other.
Yeah, that's an incredible conversion though coming in from J Millions actually getting that first stock, and I do suspect that we're probably going to start seeing it now. Play it safe, like he has the tempo. He doesn't really want to overcommit against this character because he's seen the disgusting things they can do. But so far he is actually laying on a lot of pressure. Just kind of making sure he gets that extra credit.
Nice conversion by Sly, but great DI from Jordan.
Jordan actually playing a bit more kind of Dakota tempo now. He's trying to make sure he stays in Sly's face, trying to establish that extra credit and that lead even more. And maybe, honestly, even looking like he could take another stock pretty soon.
Well, the thing is, right, like, like, Sly knowing that they lost the game to 1 second of a snake. Knowing that, like, if Jordan does push for it, like, there's a crack now in the statue that they can abuse.
Very much so, and getting that down strong now, having a full stock lead. And this is gonna force Sly to play on Jordan's court, Jordan's terms. And this is gonna be really rough for him to deal with. So we'll see exactly how they end up approaching this. Jordan can play this all the time in the world. We've already seen that he's willing to go to time ones. He does not need to adhere to Sly's tempo anymore. He can play it at his own pace, his own rules, as much as he wants.
I've been seeing that he's ruling this court now. Sly just needs to get a land hit, land something. 6%. Missing the dash input there, very important for Sly. That might slow down his tempo quite a lot. What could have been a big combo.
Yeah, very much so, but Jordan is in fact just kind of laying it on, has a giant percent lead right now. Could easily find a kill with our forward air or back air from almost any situation. There it is. This is a back air, significantly faster game there. I do think that it's noticeable right now, in my eyes, that Sly is shook from that game. Sly is definitely shook from how that particular game went. What the heck? Oh, fake game. I see. We were sent a fake replay by the players, so I assume they did not intend to go that stage, so they probably
Happens all the time, right? Misclick.
It occurs. At least we got the correct next replay, so we're gonna be on Frozen Fortress. Gonna be seeing the same matchup. I'm curious to see if Sly has taken a deep breath, recovered from that first game, and recovered from what happened in the second game, and just looking at what's in front of him, taking a deep breath, and going, I can do this. It's time to make this be my game. And so far, that's exactly what we're seeing. So far, we're definitely seeing Sly is trying to make sure that it is their tempo is being played at. Make sure that Jordan does not get to do as much of much in control. He's going a lot more out there right now, going significantly more aggressive. And we will see how that ends up panning out.
Ooh. See, Sly has the lead here, right? And Jordan still playing patiently. Because he knows that, like, hey, I already know what happened last time. You can't outpatient me. If you can, you've made more mistakes. Jordan is that confident with just playing patient. He knows that he has 3 games to... You only have 1.
Yeah, alright, so now we are seeing Jordan catching up a bit as well. Oh, not gonna kill you. We're seeing, oh my goodness, the loops. Brother, we have loops. Not landing to kill just yet, but this is a very dangerous percent for Jordan to be at. Definitely could get caught. We could get caught up by pretty much any of the stronger hits of Astra right here at any point. Astra starting to actually play a little bit more patiently now, just kind of deciding to take things back into that court. Oh my goodness, landing that projectile into that, I assume, back air.
Yeah, no, it's just the backs that was crazy.
Yeah, that was pretty intense, and now Jordan is the one who's gonna be playing a bit from behind.
That DI.
Maybe not for long. Let's see. Maybe land this edge guard? Not quite.
Trying to go for reads here. Jordan getting a little desperate. I love the fake outs. I love the fake outs. Forcing you to just respect it. Letting them go back on stage.
Yeah, alright. We are evening things out now. Down to 2 stocks apiece. Jordan has a bit of a percent lead here, and is definitely at the very least gonna be able to try and force back his tempo a little bit here now. I was honestly kind of already was. This is why he managed to get us stuck in the first place, and now playing a little bit more slice face, trying to make sure that he can get the hits that he needs.
Ooh, that's
really good conversion from Sly. They have strong, still maintaining advantage here. Catches the teleport, catches themselves, has managed to at least let Jim Millions get back.
Okay, covering the stage. Not being able to deal with the knives. And I'm realizing that, like, Sly lets these knives take too much good space from him.
Yeah, absolutely. Whatever that it goes, and now Jordan is at a bit of a disadvantage here. We'll see how he plays back from it, because we haven't really seen this specific situation happen yet in this set where Sly has actually been, like, significantly ahead.
Yeah. It's not just the percentage now, it's stock. Like, what are you gonna do?
Yeah. Yeah, so we'll see exactly how Jordan ends up recovering from the situation.
All 3 knives up in the face.
Alright, we are still seeing very patient gameplay. Jordan is trying his best to find the opening. He's still very much willing to play very patiently. Okay, gets that back here. Gets him off stage. establishing center stage here is definitely going to be very good because Jordan now just gets to land that back air. Gets to get him off stage. Lands the stun actually that time. Gets the forward air. Not going to be enough quite to kill just yet. Should be able to catch his landing. Does barely misspace it.
Good DIs this time from Fair. And the biggest thing I'm realizing that Jordan might be catching here from Slides, that knowing that since they have 3 games to catch up on, is knowing that he can just make all these mistakes at this point, right? Like, it's getting info. Even if he loses this game, there's a lot of info that's being given from how Slides trying to catch up.
Yeah, exactly. Very much like this is one of the situations where Jay Millions has all the time in the world to just play the long con here if he wishes.
You can just tire him out. Like, bracket stamina is so hard to keep up.
Yeah, exactly, and especially if Sly is newer blood, it's very possible that Sly has. Oh my god! Has less back stamina, but with that, we will also be seeing a wonderful forward air triple fair conversion. In true Crag player fashion, J Millions has ended it with the triple fair to send Sly out of a bracket. Still, though, again, an amazing performance with Sly. I think that cannot be undermined. That Sly, as new blood, has gotten this far, got to 5th place in Vortex Gallery 2024 is nothing to scoff at, with some really impressive performances against various people.
Honestly, for first showing in a big tournament, getting like 5th is a big task. Like, that's an amazing placement. Yeah. Props to you.
Yeah. Good stuff, and I hope to see more from you in the future. But now that that's out of the way, we will be moving on to the winners finals of the event. This is going to be quite the clash because we're going to be having Dakota versus Seggo, and it's going to be, to start things off, a Luna versus a Sakya.
You know, these two have won tournaments on their own in person, so I wonder how it's going to be.
It's definitely a fight we haven't seen in a while, because Seggo has, generally speaking, not been like super active in Workshop. He's been pretty absent from it, like mostly showing up to, like, if he's at a major, he's showing up, he's usually played. Typically performs decently well. And in general, we always know that if Seggo puts his mind to it, he can and will be incredibly potent. But so far, Dakota is absolutely moving all over the place. Gets an incredible conversion from all the wave bounce movement. Actually, insane to see the big potential that Dakota is showing with this character, even more so than we were seeing from how J Millions has been playing her. Oh no, had already expended that wall jump, and this is not Rivals 2 where you get your wall jump back if you hit somebody.
That is still a wild change to me. You know, it's amazing. More offstage focus, but wrong game right now. Gotta keep your focus.
Alright, we're gonna be still seeing, we see the little shadow clone there, not sure Dakota caught it, but either way, it just ends up disabling the pocket watch, not doing a whole lot more. Dakota is still, honestly, but I feel mostly managing to maintain control most of the time. We'll catch up, no double jump on Dakota. Seggo doesn't end up really meaning too much though.
It's interesting to me that Dakota would not be willing to do the mirror match of the set. Well,
you know, I do think that in one way, it seems like he is very much trying to do his best with Socket for his bracket, because I feel like it's all we've predominantly been seeing, unless he feels like he needs to swap. But also, I will say that I do think that, to an extent, Dakota does have a lot of information over Seggo here, due to also, of course, playing Luna, knowing that character very well. And we are seeing a bit of that on display here, how Dakota is kind of abusing the little blind spots that Luna does have. Unfortunately, not managed to get that conversion, and getting heavily punished for it.
Getting interrupted, missing all these strongs just to get the confirm. Dakota back on stage. The catching on the teleports is insane to me. The exact timing, just knowing. That is the hard part of having to face a character that, you know, you'll remain.
Nice actually, Seggo looking pretty well poised to take this game with what he's looking like right now. Dakota is struggling a little bit with finding this KO. manages to find right after I say something, the classic commentator's curse, if you will. But so far, though, needs to find a very strong conversion here, which we have seen Dakota more than capable of doing.
Again.
Actually, very good DI on that shuriken to not get caught by anything further. But now Dakota's in a precarious situation. Does manage to land, but it's only a matter of time until Seggo could potentially find a game-winning kill.
A lot of scrambling right now.
Both players are just trying to find the opening. Trying to go for that tech chase. Read with that down strong, not quite landing it. And now Dakota is slowly but surely closing in. Not quite getting that forward there, but having a very well-poised position here to actually be able to take this back. But gets F-Strong right at the end there. And Dakota barely loses that game. That was an almost insane comeback. And Seggo does now need to be a bit wary of Dakota's prowess. However,
That was
Dakota not willing to take any more chances. We're gonna see Lunenburg, guys.
That is such an insane way. Like they know the jump was gone, and almost getting that kill would have been insane. But Dakota, you know, I think pride's on the line, right?
Yeah, for sure. I think both of these players, especially Dakota right now, would really like to be able to... I mean, generally speaking, I think being the person who wins Vortex Gallery and one of the, especially like, current last planned workshop-focused events for the time being, at least, I do think having the prestige of being the winner of that is something that's going to be very near and dear to either of these players' heart, and Dakota going to be the first person to find a stock in this mirror match. Oh, very interesting little setup there, getting that up special, hitting into some bubbles for actually pretty decent damage. Okay, caught. Yeah, does having that shuriken. Does. I don't know if he's kind of setting it off. Does get caught, and now having another similar stock low percent situation. Gonna be pretty even, and Seggo being the next one to find an opening.
Okay, do it with the shuriken charge here. Seggo getting bombarded with the normals. Nice read. Patience.
Oh my god, fantastic F-Strong to punish that shuriken throw, and now Dakota is kind of running away with it with this lead as well, but we have already seen what Dakota can do, and Seggo can surely respond in kind, but right now Seggo is the one who finds the opening first. He's going absolutely insane with this punish game.
Ooh,
oh my god, gets caught DIing that very poorly, but still manages to get back, gets onto the stage again, manages to find himself some footing. Getting a wonderful, nice little punish, ending up underneath the stage and SDing. Very unfortunate, but still, with this lead in hand, Dakota can definitely still potentially bring this all the way out to already winning this game too. Gets the down tilt into the up strong, is going to be right in that percent range where it kills.
And a classic right there. Hey. Oh man, that's the first pineapple we saw this entire set, or this entire time in tournament. And keeping on with the games here, going to Crystal Oasis, sticking on to the character. I go thinking, you know, I think it's my time to shine with the character.
Yeah, I also think that, so what I've noticed so far is I think Seggo really likes this stage. Is what I think I've concluded, because he has kind of picked everyone here that we have seen so far on the stream.
It's not a common stage for people to go to.
Yeah, especially not necessarily like the skin. So you know, you can tell he really likes Olympia, considering he keeps giving here.
I would have never guessed.
Either way, tangent aside, we are still seeing Dakota being the main one who's kind of nailing out the punish just a little harder than Seggo is, even if it is just by this short little while. There's this I feel they're approaching the punish game also like a little differently. Like they are playing the same character, but the types of punishes that Dakota are prioritizing are a little like tighter, a little more technical, whereas Seggo is sticking to a lot of kind of like what works, you know, like the class, like, you know, like the down to up strong is kind of landing like the nairs into the fairs, not really going for things like the drag down uppers that Dakota are attempting a lot of the time and things like that, going a lot more traditional.
feel like it just comes down to character familiarity, and you know, facing someone who knows your character better, I think you just gotta get like the simple pickings.
Mm-hmm. You gotta do your tournament combos.
Yeah, direct combos. Homie was in combo contest. Give him a second.
Alright, we are seeing them both cook a little bit here. Alright, Dakota ends up getting back to stage. Gets a little bit of a conversion here, but the big shuriken ends up landing Seggo an amazing punish, actually. Leading all the way into a kill.
Working out for Seggo.
Very much so. I guess this is, in fact, his stage.
Getting caught with that strong. Uh-oh.
I'm not sure if he can get back from that one. No, he can't. And now Dakota actually evening out things pretty nicely, not having too much of a percent deficit. And all he really needs is like one opening, and then he'll be right back and potentially even in the lead. Starts finding it.
And it's such a scary like place too, right? Like not being able to recover and having to fight for game 3. But we're getting to game point first.
Yeah, very much so. Alright, ends up getting nice little conversions, not getting too much off of it. Alright, yeah, Dakota not committing to the follow-up attack, probably pretty smart. Just getting a bit of charge.
Barely whiffing each other right now.
Yeah, they're bobbing and weaving. Okay, guess the double forwarders. Not trying to go for like the special follow-up or anything. Oh my goodness, tries to go for a shuriken bubble conversion, not quite getting it. Catching that shadow clone. Substitute perfectly well. Oh lord. Goes for strong attack, gets parried. That strong attack isn't quite enough, but does get up getting caught by the fully charged shuriken, beating out his somewhat charged shuriken. Might even been a fully charged clash, just one being out longer than ever. No, okay, yeah. And then in the forward, and that Seggo now is up 2-1, and we're actually seeing another Dakota character switch. We're gonna be seeing the Aussie and Mr. Baggy.
I don't think the data was like the case there, right? Like tournament combos compared to like how you want to like do your freestyle ones. I think Dakota wants to slow him down. Can't get you used to too much space.
Yeah, I do think like this is one of those things where Dakota's real forte comes in again. He plays so many different characters, which also means that he, realistically speaking, when he's changing characters, he can change up the tempo and what you have to deal with such an incredible margin. He is so proficient at figuring out his options with different characters because he plays so much and knows what to look for.
Being one of the longest people to like play Workshop for, you've gotten around a lot of characters, a lot of jank, a lot of movement.
Very much so. And so far, we are seeing a pretty even game, even though Seggo is still going to end up being the one to take the first stock. It's not like Dakota's that far behind, especially with Aussie, who can take stocks at very, very many different percent ranges, and this is far from being only one of them.
Azzy is one of those interesting characters where a lot of it does come down to luck of what confirms you sometimes. Like,
ends up getting the classic bell confirm. Nice little stun setup going, gets the upper. He's into the kill perfectly, balancing things out. Not getting hit by too much damage either right now from Seggo's combos, evening things out pretty well, even getting a bit of a lead here. My big question is as well, like, if Seggo does end up at a disadvantage, how is he going to choose to, like, get in on this character? How is his game plan about if he ends up at a deficit? Because it's kind of looking like it's not too impossible it's happening with the way that Dakota is currently establishing. Oh my god, never mind. Ends up getting that really early kill that up strong thanks to the high platform, and now Dakota is playing on a bit of a backfoot.
I like those top players knowing the slight like cracks in your offense. We'll just abuse it. We'll just be like, I can fit it down until they're too high. But Dakota trying to get back to the lead now, but losing to the parry. Wall shuriken.
Processor barely whiffing, but does make it so that Dakota just end up kind of getting the space back to just And I'm getting back. Oh my god, the crouch making things whip. Gets another down to Upstrong. Not quite enough to Galaxy. Does not kill Dakota just yet, even though it puts him in a really precarious situation because now he's absolutely going to be a kill percent from pretty much either platform if that Upstrong situation presents itself again.
And especially at Game Boy, the bomb!
Or in the bomb! Someone set this up with a bomb, and that person is Dakota, getting the perfect little RNG segment with that bomb to get into this game 5. Sticking with the Ozzy and Mr. Baggy, and we will be going to Air Armada again for the second
At
time.
that point, like, if you win the set from that, you might as well just go to the casino at that point. There's no
Let's go
way.
gambling. Thank you, Plus Frames GG, for the raid as we go into this 5th game of Winners Finals.
Thank you so much. I go getting really offensive here. Armada, not Dakota's best friend so far. Game 5. Ooh, it's scissors.
Oh my god, this scissor coming in pretty clutch.
That's always like the most irritating and like funnest about Azzy. I guess it's fun when you see it happen. It's irritating when it happens to you.
Yeah, of course. I mean, that's kind of the nature of item characters, right? They're pretty goofy, and it can be very funny seeing it happen, but as soon as it happens to you, it is when it can definitely be a lot less fun. Alright.
Seggo struggling to get Dakota off stage here with the bomb again. Something you do not want to be interrupted by.
Oh my god, the bomb. Not quite getting anything from it, but that bomb was definitely very threatening in terms of just kind of closing off some space.
Getting rid of the shuriken with that dash attack. The book, time to read.
Texas gets the bell into the Upstrong, and now Dakota is the one who's establishing the lead and still has access to the scissor item right now. The 8-up. And that can be very potent here, even just Nifrigus gets to throw it, gets boomerangs right back. Oh my god, that bell throw giving an absolute disgustingly. And now we're down to a bit of an even game.
So important for game 5 to whoever takes first stock, you know, you gotta keep the momentum going for yourself.
Yeah,
Alright,
we have the bar of soap. We have the bar of soap laying in right now. Okay, look at the water ball. Never mind.
Washing
oh my god,
out.
he killed outright. Must have not been ready to the IVAT. Gets the bell on deck once again. The potential for some disgusting setups here is in Dakota's ball court. I've seen some nasty stuff from this character with access to bell, even at low percents. And right now we're seeing that kind of set of potential. Does not quite get it. There's a little bit of a misspacing.
So greedy.
Kind of gotta respect it though when you're up like this and has the potential to end it all. Oh my god, the pencil hit from all the way above wasn't quite ready to get hit by that arc. Tries to read the high recovery, ends up getting hit by the nair to upper, not enough to kill just yet.
Different situation, you know, Seggo almost having set point, now is in the opposite side of it. Last stock. Getting hit with the airplane.
The paper airplane. Trying to get the spitball. Okay, the bar is open. It's enough to kill. And with that, Dakota is the person moving into grand finals. Actually, with what ended up being a very, very good adaptations overall. Definitely catching Seggo off guard with a lot of things. I actually think that, in my opinion, the real MVP at some points was the pencil. Just kind of disrupting a lot of Seggo's tempo, in my opinion, whenever it came out. But yeah,
for
now
sure.
that's over, I do want to just quickly give a shout out to Plus Frames GG, who came in with an 86-person raid from previous stream Idol Showdown in the North American bracket for Vortex. Thanks all for coming here and checking out our neat little corner of the video game sphere. I hope that your bracket went really well. I hope that you had hype games, and I hope that you will enjoy our hype games, as we will be going into our losers semis, featuring J Millions, Jordan, and SilentFuRi for the rematch from the top 8 qualifiers.
You know, this was truly the set that we wanted to do ourselves from from earlier in the bracket, but you know, we get our own chance, right?
Yeah, it turns out we get the best of both worlds. Because originally, like when we were kind of looking at it, it's like, man, that set seems like it could be really good. But we also were like, but we're supposed to stream top 8, so we gotta let the other two have it. Like we gotta be nice. We gotta let them have that probably banger up a set. And you know what? They got a banger of the set. And now it turns out we also might get a banger of the set. We also get to see SilentFuRi to JM13. We get to see our absolute run back. We'll get to see who comes out on top. Now let's head into game number 1 of Sakuya versus Deora. J Millions versus SilentFuRi.
This is a very interesting like semifinals, you know, like knowing that you've lost to Fury, maybe just like by an inch, like now you gotta prove like, you know, was it just luck or were they just a better player at the end of the day?
Yeah, exactly. Can he make the adaptations, especially from like kind of? Can he realize, you know, this is the stuff that made me lose? Now I'm just gonna not do those things, and I'm gonna simply play better. And already we're seeing a terrible situation come from SilentFuRi, but he ends up saving him. Not quite. It's kind of, I think, overestimating the potential of that recovery, but still playing a perfectly good neutral game, kind of keeping SilentFuRi out for the most part.
Okay, good chain. And the board. I love the chain grab.
Yeah, we're already seeing the percent also evening itself out. Good catches here from J Millions. Good forward air to finally get that KO.
Ooh. Sending one back straight up with a down strong. I love the like the small trades. I love the small whiff like attacks there. Just like doing the up air just to know like, hey, I kind of missed this attack and then just ending it with a fair. Now, Fury kind of getting stuck here at the edge of the stage, finding a parry, finally getting back their advantage. Jordan slipping the knife through the cracks here. Nice dash back. Oh, with the watch. Off stage, Fury was getting hit by the
barely weaving out to not get caught by that pocket watch. And now Fury is actually, just because he's being allowed to come back, he was given an inch and he's taking a mile, getting a lot of damage onto J Millions, actually evening out the percent quite a bit. But now ending up in a bit of a deficit, but landing this next grab could be everything.
Barely escaping the knee.
Trying to find these parries on the clear aerial approaches, not quite finding them. Alright, this time Jordan ends up going like not committing enough that time. Overcommitted once, undercommitted next time, and SilentFuRi is going to be one to run away with the next stock.
Getting away with 153. Jordan finding the bear.
And now we're down to one stock apiece in this first game of the rematch. So far, J Millions being the one to find most of the openings, trying to play a bit passively here.
Oh.
Gets caught once though, is taking a bit of damage, it's already evening itself out. Okay, gets the catch. I don't think the air dodge is in play here, but does get back to stage.
But really at equal percents because of their weight here. He can take more damage, but Jordan needs to make sure he doesn't get caught in a grab. The bears.
Oh, but no air dodge here. No air dodge is present. That means that J Millions is kind of go absolutely ham on this, and that's not going to be enough to recover for SilentFuRi, and that means that JM13 takes the first game of this run back. Already definitely making some adjustments. Definitely being a bit clean. Trying to be a bit cleaner on the edge guards and just making sure that SilentFuRi gets kept out as much as possible. And also doing a bit of a better job of getting out of the punish game, which is, I think that's been consistently the thing we've seen adaptation-wise now from especially Dakota, Seggo, and also now JM13, is that they are not getting as hit by the kind of vortex situation that Deora puts you into.
And now heading back into a run back. On that stage, I would particularly don't think that running it back would be best right now. Because I feel like they've already played on the stage 3 times, right? Like, you already had your previous set, and now they're kind of used to what you can do on this stage. think showing around
We're
with different.
already seeing very disgusting awareness. Like Jamin is not taking a single percent so far and gets that stock very cleanly. I think that this is one of the situations where the download has been going in the other direction, and J Millions is just gonna still keep running away with it for now.
Like, you got your shot at fame. You won against me. Like, what else you got now? You do it twice. Like, will Thunder strike twice for you?
We shall see. As so far, it is definitely still very much in J Millions' favor. It does end up he's kind of falling right into SilentFuRi's hands though, and Fury is getting grabs on grabs on grabs. Just take, tries to kind of do things to apply the mark. I can respect it, to try and mix things up. J Millions does not end up falling for it. SilentFuRi at least is getting a good bit of hits in right now.
Sliding around here. A nice grab. Find something down strong.
Oh, that was that was a very good, little, very ambiguous kind of little fuzzy, if you will, on that where you want to DI that, because of the fact that he kind of walked into it. Like I would not have DI that either. I got mixed. I'm gonna be real. I got mixed. I'm gonna keep it 100 with you, chat.
I let Jesus take the field on that one, actually.
Yeah. Alright, so far though, it is a pretty solid lead for J Millions here, and he's just kind of letting himself play it safe, gets that back air hit, not killing just yet, gets that landing, knows that he's been doing it a lot, gets that forwarder off of it, and now an even stronger lead has been established.
Yeah, now we're going back to how it already started earlier in the match.
Yeah, kind of back a little bit to square -1, really, if you want to think about it.
Trying to find a single mark, you know, just a little, and like at least one mix up here.
Yeah, because if Fury can like just land the one grab and try and get the mark mix up, then we have seen more than enough from SilentFuRi to know the damage that can come out, just like we're seeing right now. Not quite getting the mark, but still getting a decent bit of damage. Probably at least trying to get a bit of confidence. That's the main thing, and he sees establish some confidence, know that he can do it. Like, he's done it once.
And he
Just
can
gotta
do it
do
again. Oh, getting hit by the time. Go jump. Oh, the grab.
Good timing. Fantastic fastball mix-up there to kind of like mix up the timing. It ends up getting caught out a little bit by that forward air, and being now down 2 games to 0 in quite the turnaround from how that first set went. And we're actually seeing a character swap from SilentFuRi.
Something so.
Why don't you introduce this new character we're seeing here from SilentFuRi for us, Ducky?
Yeah. So, from the Tailmon devs here, we're finally seeing one of the long-awaited characters. Really. Sorry. Having a struggle here trying to remember the name.
It's Tina. Right? That's Tina, I'm pretty sure. Yeah.
Like, hardworking.
Very much a martial arts, very like martial arts focused character. Very kind of. Tailmon really likes having the brawler-esque characters. That's very much been their forte, and this one is no different. Very much neat little brawler character. So far, though, SilentFuRi is kind of helping shut it down, while SilentFuRi is, at least with the speed of this character, I do think that this might be a bit of a better pick to try and go over the like slow bulk if he felt he couldn't get in. Going for a bit more of a speed to kind of change up the pace, right? I feel like that's ultimately been one of the biggest things about any time anyone's gone for attempting a counter pick. They're just trying to change the pace of the game. That's been like we've had very different speed control of characters from the different players, and this is no different. Going from a slower grappler character to a very fast brawler character could just be what's needed here. So far, though, J Millions has not flinched for even a second and is still establishing very strong pressure and combo game.
I love the recovery mix up there. Good, nice down strong. Now, letting the knives take a lot of the space here. Oh,
that confirm was super sick by SilentFuRi. Big fan. That was really cool.
Ooh.
Getting the little setups with that. Unfortunately, getting parried right after, and still being at a stock deficit. But we've already seen now that SilentFuRi at least does know what they're doing here. Gets a little bit of a confirm here for a bit of damage. Let's see if they can land in an even bigger combo next time they get in, because they're kind of gonna have to if they want to make sure that this gets evened out. Okay, gets hit, does the dash cancel, doesn't get anything off of it quite yet.
Getting dashing into the knives here. SilentFuRi needing to get most of these confirms. It's funny to see the switch here. Rather than going for the mix-ups, it's now just going for like the confirmed combos, right? Like you're now realizing I can get the hits in. I just like getting the reads is so hard. And now you can see there.
Yeah, and they're finally getting that kill now. Like 80, like now it's just an 82 deficit. So good stock increase, and he's already been kind of catching with some different tricks that Jamie has not been ready for. So this might just be, and with as far as I can tell, based on the mechanics of this character, if there's any character that's going to be able to pull off the sickest comeback combo you've ever seen in your life, Tina might just be the one. Okay, gets the first couple of hits.
Nice dash.
He's already building up. Here more hits, gets that back air, but still gets back. Gets the, oh my god, gets the cancel, getting a lot of percent off here, still maintaining a bit of an advantage. Even with that risky situation, oh no, was going a little bit too Mach 5 for the correct DI. Ends up getting caught by that forward air while trying to just go on the offensive, and unfortunately does end up going down 3-0 in that rematch, but with an incredible showcase of a newer character in Tina. And honestly, it's pretty good showing from SilentFuRi, like, especially, again, as someone who I'd say would definitely have been going into this tournament on a bit of a pretty solid streak, actually, of beating people, ending up now at 4th place with all of these, alongside all of these Titans of Workshop, is definitely impressive, to say the least. Especially being able to take the set previously off of J Millions. It is, there's no shame in losing the rematch. It was very well fought.
Yeah. Like, honestly, for someone who could have made their showing at Riptide, they like made it back. Like, very strong showing, coming in at 4th place out of the biggest workshop bracket that we've ever had. Like, stand proud. Like, honestly, you'll get them next time. You have shown it. Like, you made your mark.
You've got the potential, Kim. I see it.
I see it.
Alright.
And
with that, SilentFuRi out 4th place, we will now be moving into losers finals, which will be. See, the thing is, now we're going to be running into a lot of rematches from the past. Also, because these two played at Riptide. These two fought at Riptide. Multiple times. They fought at, I'm pretty sure they fought multiple offline brackets as well as online brackets over the years now.
It's not an unfamiliar bracket.
Yeah, exactly. So we will be seeing now J Millions versus Seggo Ahmet. We know how this went at Riptide, but Seggo is, I think, taking this a little. I think after how Riptide went, I think he might be taking this one a little more seriously and trying his hardest to make sure that people understand where he really stands as one of the titans of this game. So I am very curious to see exactly how this is going to go between Seggo and J Millions, as we will be going into Neo Julesvale in the Luna versus Sakuya matchup once again.
You know, it is funny because, like, from what we saw at Riptide, it was Raccoon versus Kodo. But now we're not seeing that characters. We were seeing Sakuya and
completely different matchup this time, which is going to be very interesting to see exactly how they'll fare here.
Honestly, after dealing with Kodo, dealing with Kodo,
let's see if it's better. We'll see if it's better or worse for him. But if anything, this is a matchup he's already played in this bracket and taken out Dakota in and forced him to swap off. So he at least knows what this character is capable of and kind of how to play against it. But will that matter against J Millions' styles, which really is going to be the real question here.
Like, switching off from a funny character like Truck-kun, you know, Seggo's like, that wasn't really fun when I fought Kodo. I don't think he was having fun right there in that combo actually either. You know, returning a favor, easy peasy.
We love returning favors here, especially at this upper echelon of the bracket. These players are going to be laying the smackdown on each other back and forth for sure.
Till as old as time, you know. No hate here. We return the favors back and forth.
Yeah, so far the Seggo is definitely the one coming out a bit on top in terms of punish game, but Millions definitely has the capability of catching right back up.
Barely missing with the up strong, charging it up with a little sauce.
Yeah, and also he's not getting any sweet spot action on it either, so not gonna kill just yet.
Expecting Jordan.
Nice, yeah. Respecting he's taking it easy, gets that narrative forward, and now Millions is at quite the deficit actually in this game 1. Got a lot to work for.
Very different showing from what we saw at Riptide.
Yeah, this Luna is not to be trifled with.
Fair.
Oh man, barely not getting that up strong. That could have been insane if it had connected there. But okay, not the greatest AI. Also being caught in a very potentially dangerous edge guarding situation, but Millions makes it back, gets that backer, and is more than possibly on the board here.
97%, you know, both like characters, both can like die pretty early. Jordan just needs to find the chain here.
Exactly. And can even, you know, try and like kind of play it slow.
Gets so many back airs. Oh my goodness gracious. Ends up situation, gets the forward strong. Not quite being able to get the pocket watch, but that's already more than enough that he needs to be able to potentially get this back. But no, gets caught by the classic down tilt up strong. We'll be moving into game 2 at a 1-game deficit, but that backer chain more than shows that he has it. He has the potential to kind of be able to still work through this more than fine. So let's hop right back into game number 2. Gonna be a run back on Neo Jules fail, so we haven't seen the last of Palm's wonderful performance on this stage.
I just love the run backs, you know. It's just like they really have to prove something here. This ain't your stage. Getting a better start here than last time. Though it is very.
Mostly so scrambly. Still very scrambly so far, mostly.
It's very fun to see someone who is very uncomfortable in the position. And knowing that Jordan has been playing very patient and like spacing everything out, taking their time, Seggo is not allowing to. They're very much in your face, making sure that you're on your comfort zone, outside your comfort zone here. Like, I want to play the game. I want you to press buttons.
Yep, and now especially despite establishing the lead and also establishing aggression. Even here, honestly, establishing that he's not too unfamiliar with playing a bit back as well. Willing to challenge the patience. He is going to force Millions to eventually kind of come in. Oh my god, that charge shuriken almost going that across the whole screen and still letting it have that fair, but not quite managed to find that kill just yet.
Catching the jump. Getting betrayed there more than less than what he wanted. Up here.
It's not going to be quite enough, but this... Oh my god, that's just going to be a straight up SD, which, you know, admittedly, he can bring back from this pretty easily, but that could still potentially be huge and exactly what Millions needs to be able to just let himself build up momentum here.
You know, it takes out more energy with your opponent. Like, now you're gonna deal with me at a higher percent. You just need to line up big attack, but where can you find it?
Eventually end up finding it though. And we're already seeing a nice little combo coming out from Seggo. Trying to go for those kind of up special confirms that could be very, very dangerous on a lighter character like Sakia.
Barely blowing that the fence so well. And
we're seeing very solid conversions, just a lot of patient gameplay right now. Again, it's like Seggo is just... I think Seggo has really caught on to the fact that Millions is willing to play so patient, especially from all the sets they played. He's just willing to be like, yeah, you know what? You want to be patient? I'll just match it, and you have to come to me, and we'll see who has the better punish game. And so far, Seggo has shown that his punish game is extremely severe with any character. And Jordan needs to take any opportunity he can. That ledge cancel on Upstrong was insane.
Amazing. There. Oh, you can't play too much Trixies.
No. And does not get the ledge cancel that time, so ends up getting caught. Now another lead for Seggo, but this gets eliminated very, very quickly, and now we're gonna have another one stock apiece. We're gonna see who ends up getting the stronger conversions here. Because I do think at this point, the neutral is very matched. The conversions are gonna be everything.
That was a bad spot. Finally getting air dodge back. Nice time. Missing the second bear.
So getting a bit of damage off, but now is Seggo landing hit up air. Still very much a scramble situation. No one finding any major combos, if anything, yet. Oh, and F Strong has not the greatest DI on it. Gets caught out of that jump, probably trying to approach with an aerial, and with that, we're now down 2-0 up for Seggo. J Millions saying, no, I am not going to let this slide. We're going straight back. Same matchup. Sticking with it, right back to Neo Jules fell.
You know, it's hard to think. It's hard to imagine what the thought process is. 2 games down on the same stage. What's the game plan here?
I think he just likes Neo Jules fell. I'm gonna be real with you.
The workshop players cannot stop going to Neo Jules. Feels all the time.
Yeah, and now we are seeing, once again, pretty even start overall. We are seeing, oh no! Disastrous DI on that down strong is going to put Seggo in an amazing spot here, already having the momentum from winning the 2 previous games. It's going to be really rough for Jamulins. He gets put in a really precarious edgeguard situation once again, with the risk of getting looped pretty severely here. He does get the teleport to kind of come back, but is still struggling to find his footing.
It's kind of hard. Like, you've run 3 games now here, and now you're down 2 stocks. Set point, basically, go to grand finals.
Yeah, this is now looking very, very much in Seggo's favor. Jamulins needs to find his footing here and start being able to find hits, which we have seen him be able to do before.
At this point, I don't know if it's a footing or a savior.
Okay, gets up getting that up strong. Not enough to kill just yet. Still kind of catching him in a jungle situation. So far, hasn't really been touched. Gets more follow-ups. No air dodge on Seggo.
Nice conversion there.
Kind of getting the conversion. All he needs to find is one strong hit, and then this at least stock will be a bit more on the board for him. But every time Seggo finds more extra credit, it's going to be even rougher. That's that first kill. All he now has to do is lock in, try to not get hit. Oh, gets caught by a little narrative for F-Strong combo. Is a very high percent now. Any strong hit is going to potentially end J Million's run here. Does not get caught by down tilt up strong right there. Is trying his absolute hardest to read any potential tech options from Seggo, interrupting that down strong.
It's so scary. They're fishing through down strong so much.
Anything to just get out one of the fast, stronger hits is all Seggo needs to do here to end this out and end J Million's run. And J Millions is still finding all of these neutral openings and just needs to convert them into eventual kills. And it's not impossible to do. He keeps finding every hit. Seggo is not finding anything strong just yet. Barely whiffs that. J Million's getting even more openings. Gets hit by the dash attack. Does not get the connecting upper. J Million's still getting another shot at life.
Nice down strong.
Seggo is kind of flubbing at the very end, just trying to find this last hit, playing way too much to just win. And ends up finding itself the nice little dash into down strong. And that is going to end J Millions' run and move Seggo back up into grand finals for a run back. But before that, a word from our sponsors.
Oh my gosh. Sorry,
So make sure that you check out the Vortex Gallery shop. They have a lot of amazing merch, all these shirts, hoodies, and I'm sure plenty more. I don't know if they have any posters or anything. I haven't really had the time to check it myself. You can maybe watch. Do they have any sick posters with this same art prints on them on their website, Ducky? I would actually love having some of these as posters. Not gonna lie.
The elder art, like
They're
for
hard.
the artist, like the Maiden Masher one is my favorite of all time.
Yeah, no, they go insanely hard. They also, of course, have Vortex Gallery being proud partner with Matcherino to provide community prize pools for over 100 tournaments. Make sure to, since this tournament still has not ended, Grand Finals is not concluded, you still have your little bit of time to donate that little bit extra to the pot by visiting matcherino.com/VGON24 and going to the Rivals Workshop page. You can still contribute a little bit to the prize pot to see, to support whoever wins between Dakota and Seggo in this Grand Finals. And of course, Vortex Gallery will once again be featured at Frosty Faustings 17. It will return to offline for January 23rd for January 26th, bringing your own mix to 4 days of community at Frosty Faustings 17. Stay tuned to Frosty Faustings at Frosty Faustings official social media account for updates, mostly on Twitter. They bring the hype by bringing all of these niche little games that still have their scenes strong and running. Things like Playthrough Cross Tag Battle, Nickelodeon All-Star Brawl 2, Them's Fightin' Herds, Tohoi Soten Soku, and many, many more. And
Not
with
about
that
being
the way,
selling commercials, selling items. I'm good at it.
yeah, probably. I mean, I've always been told I'm pretty good at my job. So, without further ado, though, now that we have that out of the way, everybody, let's get up in arms. Super excited for this grand finals where we're going to be seeing Seggo Ahmet, one of the strongest basecast players to ever touch Workshop, and Dakota, born from the ashes of Workshop's beginnings, rising up as the Phoenix, representing Workshop in this grand clash. Let's hop right into game number 1 of Luna versus Ozzy and Mr. Maggie.
All right, I want to hear some noise, chat.
Alright, so starting right off, we're going to be seeing the soap bar, I think, at the end of the last stock. Hopefully, Seggo doesn't have too much trauma to deal with from seeing the thing that he slept on and fell last time. He just ended up his winner's run. So far, though, actually putting on quite the hurt and making Dakota having to try and match his speed is definitely going to be nicer for Seggo here, having been appropriately warmed up by the previous set.
Yeah, I think sitting down there in like winners finals, like you know that person's gonna be a little bit cold.
Yeah, it really comes down to a bit of a balancing act because you will see that like it'll be a little cold for the winner's person, but the loser's person also has to really value their bracket stamina, and it becomes a very big war of attrition on that part. And so far, we're definitely seeing the attrition war kind of winning out a little bit from Dakota, just in terms of getting the hits in, making sure that they can potentially hit the final conversion. Oh my god, gets the forward strong to end up at first stock, has the bell on deck, merely dodging that upper, but gets caught by the down tilt off strong.
You know, they say third time's the charm, missing those two. No matter, get it in the end of the day.
Yeah, has Scissor on deck right now, could definitely get something nasty with that, especially off of this parry punish. No jump right now on Seggo. Dakota is kind of... I'm not sure exactly what the point is of him like jumping off stage like that, but he's getting some really cool item combos there. Getting the immediate pencil after that scissor and I think perfect art combo. Oh my god, gets the paper airplane, really good coverage. Ends up getting caught out a little bit by the shadow snake though.
Pencil coming in to play the bell again. Oh, trying to go for the read, thinking that they would tech. Seggo now forcing Ozzy to make decisions. Saving the bomb.
The bomb has been planted. But I repeat, the bomb has been planted. It does not end up coming too much into play, but Seggo ends up kind of dying anyway, but put it in a very peculiar recovery position.
So scary. Having to
A lot of
find
damage
the
coming out here from Ozzy with the ground slap. Oh my goodness, the bell into the forward air.
3 bells. Luck is on Dakota's side.
Okay, that's not getting caught by a 4 strong on a weaker DIM, but has the scissor again. What is Seggo's answer to the situation gonna be?
And cut it off. You know, I don't want that momentum at all. Let's snip it at the bud there. That was the craziest pulls I've ever seen in my life.
You know, if there's anyone in this bracket so far that really should go gambling, it might just be Dakota. I'm gonna keep it real. It might just be Dakota. It needs to go down with, you know, like $200 in his pocket, hit up the casino, he'll walk out with 2,000, no problem. That's the feeling I have right now. But going now into game number 2, we're of course gonna be seeing Crystal Oasis at the counter pick once again. I know what you are, Seggo Ahmet.
We get it. This is your gimmick now. The bell again. Okay, the banana stopping the momentum. Dakota, just a lifeline. You can't be wasting all your luck here just in this one bracket, you know that.
Yeah, save stuff for the casino later. You can bring back some big bucks with the bucks you're gonna be making from your placement in this tournament.
Okay, Seggo showing why they're a threat here.
Oh, wow! Fantastic catch with the upper after all of that juggles, letting them the first stock of this match. Dakota following close suit with always these juggles and getting a lot of percent on Seggo.
The fact that they're just like gambling all these items away, they'll land onto it, right? Missing the
Yeah, definitely feel like the playing around the items is something Seggo is doing a little bit better this time around. Especially if not letting it happen. Jabbing out that banana being a perfect example of counterplay that you can have to that.
You know though, Slime, the thing about playing against a lottery per se is that the house always wins. You cannot play against the items. You need to just not play that game.
Yeah, the only way to beat the house is to not let the house play at all. I'm picking up, putting down, and we're right now. The house does have the bell on deck once more. It can hit you with a ring-a-ding-ding. It can have some very nasty setups here. Does not quite reach that 4 strong, but it would have been very nasty if it did. Still getting a lot of conversion, barely not catching that up there.
There's 2 bananas. Oh my god.
The scissor barely catching that arc perfectly and getting that kill. Dakota definitely does not seem to mind getting the scissors any time, and Seggo has been struggling a little bit with properly dealing with the arc of it.
What
The
is
little
that?
RC cars, double RC car on the field. One of them ends up catching Dakota.
Got Hot Wheels on deck. Ooh.
Okay, get that conversion, bringing things down to the last stock piece. Scissors on deck once again. At this point, I actually think this might be Seggo's worst nightmare is dealing with when Scissors on deck. It's been extremely lethal for him.
You know, it's just quite funny that Seggo is just at the lottery machine right now, just begging. Just begging for a little bit more funds here. But sometimes you do win, right? Ooh, like the lunchbox, right there. He's scared. He doesn't know.
He doesn't know. Oh, gets the double forward there, at least to kind of push things off stage. Oh, the lunchbox get a little bit of healing, but is it going to be enough? Okay, Ozzy gets some as well. It's the F tilt. He's kind of trying to play around and find the defensive option here. Oh, this could be brutal.
The scissors.
Is he getting there? Sure.
It's gonna be scissors, isn't it? It ain't so.
Oh my god, the banana saves him! And he gets the fair to fair. Oh my god, the absolute state of potassium ending up saving the Dakota's life from the brink of death.
You know, that felt like you have a cramp and the banana just saves you. That's what I just saw. There was no way to have it.
Yeah, that's just how the banana peels sometimes, you know. All right, we'll be going right back to Crystal Oasis for game number 3. Seggo again, like clearly has a favorite here, and I can't blame him. Wonderful stage. We're seeing Scissor coming out immediately, just immediately pocketing it, getting a bit of conversion here, trying to look for the roll in read, not quite getting it. catches this jump. This could be a lot of damage. No jump, no air dodge. Gets a lot of its potential damage started.
I'm just so scared because once Dakota just starts letting out the items, you know it's just not a good time. Even if it's a bad item. Ooh.
Catches that DI very well. It probably wasn't really expecting to be hit by such a strong hit, and now Seggo gets to put himself a little bit better on the board. Can play a bit more of his own tempo. Because now Dakota is gonna have to approach and play a lot more to him. But so far so good. It's not affecting him too much. That Shadow Sneak going off real nicely, letting Seggo get good openings. The RC card not doing a whole lot.
But the bell being interrupted too.
Yeah, Seggo actually continuing to just lay on the hurt here. Not getting enough strong.
Oh, the bell!
The bell working against Dakota real quick, ending up giving Seggo that next stock from the disruption. Lunchbox is on the field, ends up using it. Get rid of it, and gets that dash attack to finally land the kill. He has Bell on deck, could definitely do something disgusting with that if the setup presents itself.
Uh-oh.
Oh, and this is actually looking like one of those situations where it could prove itself very useful. The percent range here is crazy if caught near a ledge.
Uh-oh.
Still has access to it.
Okay. Seggo getting way more aggressive to make sure that Dakota, whatever items they throw, won't show up, but won't stop it.
There it is.
That the bell.
It's the bell up strong, and he caught the bell again. It's still in play. He still has a bell.
You know, I'm scared. I might not be
far from counted out.
Dakota. Tournament point here. Tournament stock even.
Oh my god, gets caught by that down tilt up strong on the platform, and it is going to bring things to game number 4. Seggo is not to be counted out just yet, despite those previous games. Knows that he can find the openings that are needed. And for this 4th game, we will be going to Spirit Tree. Matchup is staying the same. Dakota is sticking to the character. No more character swaps. For now. I'm going to keep running this. It's been successful.
The hardest part about it is that now you're gonna be having to deal with Dakota's counter picks until you reset the bracket. You know, you could count at the casino, but you know, when that deck resets, where are you now?
Yeah, and so far so good, especially for Dakota, and I can definitely see this stage lending itself very well to Ozzy's kill potential. So we're gonna have to see just what Seggo can come up with, and oh my goodness, that was a neat little kind of self-hit tech to get that positioning, honestly. I was a bit surprised, but it worked out very well in Dakota's favor. So far, Seggo is kind of finding some of the good hits, but not enough to really convert it into an offstage, whereas Dakota is getting a lot of advantageous situations anytime he gets a hit here.
Bell still on. The bomb is now in play, known to kill at early percents here, but Seggo stopping that, defusing the fuse.
Right, yes, the pencil on deck is kind of starting to charging the up strong. Seggo does get a bit of a punish here. Plays it very patiently, reading that parry very, very well, getting a good chunk of damage here. Still kind of going. No jump, no air dodge on Dakota. Catches another landing. Just gets to kind of play around here. Seggo is far from out of account.
The scissors almost catching this little creature. Okay, F tilt off stage. Important stock here. At the bell.
Oh no, Seggo! Oh no, Seggo ends up triggering the bell and getting hit by an F strong. Very unfortunate, but ends up getting that down to top strong right after. Last stock game 4. This is still completely doable by every player. Let's see, is this going to be Dakota taking it home, or is Seggo going to bring this to the game 5 and possibly reset? So far, so good for Dakota. A lot of damage already put on. The soap has come out to play once more.
Not the bomb.
He's gone in the bomb. Oh, the banana peel is back out. Not coming into play quite yet. The up strong, not quite landing. The water bottle has been pocketed. A very huge lead right now for Dakota. Ends up hitting himself with the water bottle. Seggo finds the up air. If Seggo can catch these landings like he has been, this is still super doable.
No!
It's the bell. The upper is still not quite enough to kill. Any potential item here could still be all that Dakota needs. Oh my god, these reads the up air. This is so close. Seggo is still finding all the openings that he needs. All he needs is to find a one strong hit after. But paper airplane, the soap is back on. This is anyone's game right now.
Oh, don't tell me.
It's Jeffrey. Still not enough.
Oh, what's
Venair.
No, not the RC core.
The RC core. Still not enough. The banana peel. It's disrupting the flow limit. The paper airplane from down the street just comes in, swooped in. I don't think that Seggo was ready for that to hurt quite as much as it did. That was an insane ending and could not have been any more fitting for a character such as Ozzy and Mr. Baggy. And with that,
What?
I cannot see a better conclusion to a workshop tournament than what just happened. A paper airplane has hit the moon. Congratulations to Dakota for winning Vortex Gallery 2024 and a lot of Dan money. Congratulations to Seggo for still coming out having a super strong show for getting second. Congrats to J Millions for third. Still very good performance, showing that you still generally have it, even if you end up falling short. Good stuff. Good, super good stuff with SilentFuRi getting fourth. Sly and Ambi getting fifth. Amazing performance by Sly for her first big event. Ambi put on an amazing show against SilentFuRi as well, showcasing especially Krillin to me for the first time, which was a really cool experience. And of course, Spider Boy and Astra getting seventh, having their really strong performances as well. And, well, I hope everyone of you who watched this tournament had a fantastic time, just as I did. This was a great tournament. I hope that you enjoyed our commentary, and I hope you enjoyed our sponsors. Now, I will leave this to the McDucky while I quickly go take care of stuff.
Wait, I need you. I miss you.
That's too bad. I'll be right back.
Wow. Nothing ever really changes, huh? But honestly, thank you so much, chat, for giving me the chance to actually commentate this big event. I know that this meant a lot to everyone, especially with the big prize pool, the largest workshop tournament that has ran. Honestly, my journey with Rivals Workshop, I can't thank you guys enough. Thank you for watching. Thank you for being here and watching, playing the games. Like honestly, like seeing high level gameplay of a game that is a niche of a niche, right? You guys have made the journey to be commentate here very special, and I can't thank you enough. Um, I know Slime probably has better things to say or even more. They've been here longer than I have. Um, it's just magical. Like thank you all so much for spending the time to be here with me. Hope you all have enjoyed your time. Oh, look at that.
Alright. Yeah, hello, I'm back. Sorry, I had to take care of something real quick. But yes, as like I said, the journey for Rivals of Aether in general, not just Workshop, has been a long one. It has recently become, obviously, we're getting Rivals 2 now. Rivals 1 is going to be a little bit more to the wayside, but I think that Workshop has contributed a lot to Rivals getting to where it is. I do not think it can be understated. I think it can't be overstated, actually. Sorry, excuse my English, it's bad sometimes. It cannot be overstated how much of an impact Workshop has had on not just me, but the community as a whole. Generally speaking, Workshop has been a wonderful thing that not even just I, but many of us actually have dreamed of for Rivals ever since the game came out in early access 2015. We were already discussing ideas amongst ourselves and the hope for Workshop to arrive for the game. someday. And at least for me, in 2019, when the announcement came that we were going to get Workshop, I could not hold back my excitement. I think the impact of Workshop is undeniable, since we literally will have, with due time, 5 different characters that have come from Rivals of Aether Workshop in Rivals 2. We had 4 characters directly added from very talented developers added into Rivals 1 that will be returning to Rivals 2. They have already confirmed that all previous characters except the IP ones will be returning. And we'll, of course, also be getting Lorena in Rivals 2 as well. I really cannot thank the Workshop community enough as well, for me personally, because during the pandemic, it was a very comfortable home for me to keep playing a game that I have loved since 2015. It helped me experience the game in many different ways that I cannot appreciate enough. And sincerely, as this is probably not one of the last times you see me, but let's pretend for good measure. Thank you from the bottom of my heart to all the Workshop developers who especially not just made characters for this, but have made characters for other brackets and even ones that have never been featured in a bracket before. You have truly given a game I have loved for now 9 years more of a lifespan than I could ever ask for. You are awesome. Thank you.
Like, just to add on, like, really the biggest thing I could be grateful for is like even Aether Studios to giving us participate in person. Like, if it wasn't for that, like, I wouldn't have met Slime here. I wouldn't have met any other like great friends along the way and make like long lasting memories. Like, I'm glad to be able to like do this as like a big send off, but and that you guys were here to experience this like with us and stick around with us a lot. But honestly, thank you for Vortex Gallery, thank you for 956 Productions, for all the donations and contributions. Uh, sorry, my bad.
Yeah, it's all good. It's all good. I can take it from here. So, from us from the Rivals of Aether Workshop community to everyone watching, thanks for sticking with us for all these years. Thank you for making all these wonderful characters. Thank you for showing up to this bracket, not just as players, but as spectators. And most importantly, I hope to see you all again. And I especially hope to see what you all can pull off for Rivals of Aether 2's Workshop release when that comes out. I've been your boy Slimepuffen.
and your girl McDucky.
And we're out.
Thank you.